I mean,
How?
Many years ago, Mom slept through a bomb blast while we were visiting relatives in Italy. They blew up a car literally next door. We were staying in the embassy district. Dad reckons he was thrown from his bed. We all reckon we were just jostled like an earthquake. To be fair, the room was really close. We went downstairs with Dad and the cops. And the cops were just arriving and looking under other parked cars with mirrors. We told Mom about it when we got back up for breakfast in the morning. These people beat me on sleeping through anything.
Well, I mean, I just feel like you haven't had the opportunity.
I haven't had the opportunity to sleep through a bomb blast.
I got it. We'll leave brand windows up during the day.
Plans
We'll take
for-
his car and park it out here on the grass.
And blow it
We'll
up.
find a bomb, and blow it up, and see if he wakes up.
I would really hope that you don't blow up my car, but I appreciate the level of thought that you guys are putting into this.
We will find a car.
We'll find a Brandon's
Possibly
car.
Brandon's.
We can't. I mean, it's there to be found.
Is there to be found?
I don't know. I'm not seeing the Thenotsolittleparty in my live channels. I think I'll just go to this Goblin Cave channel instead.
Solid.
Yeah,
I mean, but we're live, so you should definitely see us.
That's not there. The live channels, it's not there.
We're just not important.
It's apparently not.
Oh, it's true. Actually, isn't saying it's live.
So-
oh, wait, now it is.
Now.
you know what? I'll open my phone and see if we're. Oh, look, we're
Oh,
live.
have you guys caught Goblin Cave yet?
No.
Oh, their production
There it
is
is.
fucking.
Oh yeah, I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the whole everyone's like at their own place, like on Roll20.
Yeah,
so
so
they
they
each have
have
their
an
own
online
web
thing where they'll
camera.
tune into a stream.
Mhm.
So each person has a face cam, and then they have a game cam
Oh,
Nice.
solid.
of the Roll20. So it's super cool.
I like it.
It's what we want to end up doing, but just
Yeah.
they have one camera per person instead of us. We're doing like
One
two
camera to a side.
per side
Yeah.
because we're all in the same room.
Yeah.
More of like the Critical Role style. where
Yeah.
you got a camera on one side of the
The
table,
camera on each
the other
table
side of
where-
the table, and then the DM has his own special camera.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, it should just be Matt Mercer's face the entire time.
I mean,
because he's
most people wouldn't
beautiful
complain.
and
He is a
Expressive.
beautiful human being. That is fair. But there are other beautiful human beings. Like, have you seen Travis Willingham?
No, I just look
He
at
is-
Matt Mercer.
He is also.
No, just look at Matt Mercer.
His wife is also a beautiful human being.
Is she one of the peoples?
Yeah.
Oh, but we don't even know her name. It's just his
I
wife.
I know her name.
Oh.
It's
You wouldn't know it because
It's,
you.
Laura Bailey.
Okay.
That's the name. I don't know why I blinked on that.
I was about to say that was going to be real interesting if you said, I know her name. Wait.
Or do I?
Liam O'Brien's a pretty beautiful human being. I don't know about that Sam Riegel guy. He's kind of a little full of himself.
I don't know. So I know Matt tried starting watching Critical Role or is still watching Critical Role, and he says at first production isn't that great, and it seems like there's like he says 8 players at first and then 9 players.
Oh, there's a lot of players, and at first it's even more so because they had Orion Okava at the beginning of season 1, who was kind of meh. Like his character was great, but he was a power gamer to the max. He was also kind of an asshole to everyone else, just even outside of game. He did
Like
a couple,
Troy LaValle?
Like he did like they're very different than Troy LaValle. Troy LaValle, every time he does it, you can tell he's like doing it. He's actually doing it, but he's doing it to be like a joke. Whereas Orion Okava, you could not make that distinction. He just kind of felt like he was being an asshole to be an asshole. He did a couple of dick move things on the stream.
That's not cool.
Like career-wise, that were kind of not cool. So they just kind of went different ways. Orion Okava left after the first arc of campaign 1, and then the other person was Ashley, who is currently and was currently in the middle of filming for some really popular show that I can't remember off the top of my head. The one with like the woman who gets found doesn't remember anything about her past, but she's covered in tattoos.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I remember seeing the trailer for that one.
No, not the dragon tattoo. That's a movie. Anyway, it's some sort of popular movie or TV show. They're currently in the last season of filming right now. So she's always off and on of the show, just because she's in New York
Yeah.
and they're all in LA.
Did you by any chance? I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a little bit of the morning after the first live show at Gen Con, Glass Cannon. They put a video on YouTube because they streamed it. They were talking a little bit, then they were having someone play Borderlands while they continued talking.
I don't think I have.
And I stopped watching once they played Borderlands, but I thought it was funny seeing like Grant and Troy like first thing in the morning. Because Troy without a hat, they're like, can you do that? Does he have hair?
No, I thought all of his hats were attached to his head.
I thought so too.
And
That's
he's
why
not allowed
everyone,
to not wear a hat.
why everyone was so confused.
I wonder if it's acting like that because Austin's trying to upload videos.
I mean, it's possible, but oh, it's actually pretty cutty on the
Yeah, that's why I noticed
on the
it.
up ends as well. So
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't
the
know
top
what's going
video
on.
is showing that. The bottom one's fine. I wonder if it's because Austin's trying to upload all those videos to YouTube that we have.
Oh,
The stream's super choppy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You guys need to like get better bandwidth.
Okay.
Well, actually, we were talking about that, to be fair.
Like right now.
Oh,
When
that's
we start
not.
making money, we'll help it pay for our internet.
I think that's was the idea.
No, we need to do this.
Does anybody have an extra monitor lying around?
You guys
Is there a
need to do
monitor
this
lying
now.
Do I have to unplug this TV?
What about unplugging a TV?
Did you?
So I can go put it. This is my monitor.
Oh.
So I have to put it back on my computer to turn off the YouTube uploads.
I mean, the only other TV I have is the one in my room.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, you have to
Well, I
unplug
guess-
something, anyways.
Well,
That's right.
everything's ruined.
I mean, to be fair, it's still going because it's through the laptop.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You guys just can't
No,
see.
Mitch, I know you don't know. That's why I'm clarifying. Okay.
Look,
It's still
know where-
working.
up until like half an hour ago, but like I'm not that out of it.
I'm always that out of it.
Well, anyways, while Austin's fixing that, we'll
Do you
go
want
ahead
some numbers?
and yeah,
That's
we'll
right.
go ahead and
I need to like prepare
I guess-
spells and stuff because
I can do that quickly.
now.
because you. Oh yeah, it's true. You are.
Oh.
Even though I did notice earlier today, it's like, huh, we have 2 megas. Oh
Well, I
well.
have to prepare spells also.
That's
so
okay,
I'm
we can have
actually
two
a prepared
mags.
caster.
Oh, Brad's got 30 AC. He got jealous when he heard that you had a higher AC than him, so he tried.
I didn't make it, but
I mean, his AC's lower, so you actually are higher than him now. He
Oh.
actually had 6
Yeah, I don't know if you
extra
were there for that
AC.
conversation.
Oh,
but
nowhere,
I was
which-
cheating and he was about to let me do it.
I didn't look at how he calculated his AC, but through his +3 studded leather armor, he had a +12
For
armor
some
bonus
reason,
somehow,
I
and
don't know how it happened.
just didn't
So
actually
I get
look
2
at
I
that.
mean, I know how it happened. I typed in a 12 in the box and
Well-
it said armor, but that's not the point. I understand that's what happened. I don't know if that was a conscious decision that I made, or
I'm gonna
if
say it
my
was
fingers just decided to
subconscious.
dance across the 1 and the 2 on the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I have a second sheet in case I use my one use of monstrous physique one.
So I'm definitely going to take
Oh,
a
cute,
burning
okay.
touch cantrip.
But I
That's
only get
really
one use
good.
of it because I have 0 third level spells and 1 bonus third level spell from
Press the
Yeah, sounds about right.
spellcasting modifiers.
You know what you may want to get? Pearls of Power.
Detect magic.
That's actually super awesome for a character of your casting.
Yeah, I might have to. It's just I want all the gear. How much does a pearl of power cost?
The spell level squared times 1,000. So first level Pearl of Power is only 1,000. Third level is 9,000. But every day you get to, it lets you reuse the spell you prepared that you've already cast.
Oh, so like I don't put a prepared spell into the pearl.
It says,
I just go, I already cast shield today. So I use my pearl to cast shield again.
so like I would, it's like my War Priest in Skulls and Shackles has at least 1 Pearl of Power, and I'll probably grab some more.
So I canceled. So there's no pause button for uploading to YouTube.
Oh,
Pause doesn't exist.
interesting.
So I had to cancel the 3, which means I have to repost their descriptions and all their tags for the 3rd time.
Right.
I did not, however, cancel the one that actually had 75 or 80% done.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
so-
why we're still, because I'm looking and I'm like, well, who didn't fix
So
it
after
yet?
the
It
first
had
one.
20 minutes left on it
Oh yeah.
of an hour and a half.
Yeah. We'll just start that like before you go to bed or something.
I'm gonna start as soon as the stream's over and I'll get all 3 done before I go. Well,
Potentially before you go to bed.
I'll get 2 of them done before I go to bed.
Depends how late you stay up, yeah.
Yeah.
So, as we were for last time, half the party either left or wouldn't stop attacking, so was killed, and the other half
Well,
is like,
that's dumb of them.
that was pretty dumb of them.
I mean, they were kind of idiots.
He had
Yeah.
a 7 intelligence modifier. I mean, quite honestly, he was an idiot.
7 intelligence modifiers.
7
damn.
intelligence.
I was gonna say you're a hella smart boy.
Oh.
What are you doing? You make Nils look like an idiot.
It was a tactical decision. Boy, am I bad at tactics.
At one
Let's
point, I
see.
knew this was a good idea.
Intelligence check. Should I continue attacking? Oh look, there's that natural 1. Let's do this.
So how's a -1 for an intelligence check do? What's the worst thing you can think of?
Stab yourself.
You basically
Rock.
did that.
Have you
Awesome.
come across ability checks in Kingmaker and then just gotten really, really nervous?
No. I mean,
I
all
have.
of the kingdom making stuff were basically ability checks.
What ability score does the finance guy go off of? The treasurer.
Oh, intelligence. That one was intelligence. So when you get the gnome alchemist, he's int. So he just sat at that the whole time for me.
All of your mercenaries can be your treasurer and no other position. And I think maybe one other position.
Oh, I never. Huh.
And
Why?
You just can't be.
They can't be your treasurer.
They can't. That's the only one they can be.
Oh, it's the only
and
one.
no-
they
and
can
I
be.
think I don't think anything else can be.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
But
You get the gnome alchemist can be your treasurer.
there has to be another thing that factors in because
You get modifiers based off of your mood of the kingdom.
also the Cadenicus chick can be your treasurer.
Oh, okay.
So
I think you
she's
later
a-
get another person who can.
She's a +3 for me right now, and all of my mercenaries, who I think only one of them has an intelligence below 10, they're all -5.
So I remember. So there was. It used their ability score. It used a like kingdom mood thing.
I think it's
Oh,
because they're
rating,
mercenaries.
which affects everyone.
I think that
and I
being
think there was
mercenaries
another
gives them a
thing.
huge penalty.
Oh, then you get bonuses based off of other stuff that you accumulate throughout the game. So those stats do go up. But yeah, I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Is because
It
they're just
lets them do it, and I'm like, okay, I'll have no treasurer as opposed with a +0 instead of having a treasurer for -5.
That's pretty brutal.
Spencer, what knowledges does your character have?
Did you do her side mission? The very first one.
So I have.
Who? Oh no, I haven't gotten there yet. I know of it.
That's what I put ranks in. So
Mobility and ancient.
He's got some knowledge also. To
14
be fair,
planes.
I have
15
three
planes.
Planes, not
it's true. We have 3 characters who like intelligence.
I have
one
Arc-
who likes wisdom.
I have Arcana, Dungeoneering, Planes, Religion.
There we go. But yeah, her first mission is really lame and
I do
buggy.
kind of like the premise of her though.
The mission she takes you on is buggy as all fuck.
Oh, is it?
So the map itself,
I'll
so
keep that in
no
mind.
no plot stuff. The map itself, the way from the first area to the second area is a climb
Okay.
that you have to roll a perception check to find.
Oh. Okay. That could get annoying.
It's only you and her for the mission,
Right.
but it's just the two of you. And she's not a wisdom character, and has no ranks in perception. So you have to just kind of wander around by this cliffside until you ding it. And then there's 3 options of how you take out the boss of the map. It's like you rush in it, you ask for help from people you got earlier, or you just fucking decide, I don't want to do this. And I said, I'll think about it. And when I said I think about it, there was no way to reprompt the discussion to start it again. So I had to load the autosave from when you first walk in and do it all again to then not say, let me think about it.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted to save in case it went really bad.
Yeah.
And no. And you're just like, hey, yeah, that's a thing. Because she takes you to a mine. And you're like, yep, that is a chute that they carved out of the wall so they could just kind of slide some shit down. And I'm like, yeah, how about we go down there? Yep, that's a chute. And then you take some more and shoot down there. No, but I want to go down there. No. I just sit here.
Anyways, I'll get to that probably next couple of days because I'll be playing tomorrow, I'm sure.
It's a really easy mission.
I figured you're not even that high level, yeah. Especially when they say, hey, you can only go with her. And it's like, oh, okay. Like when you go to meet the nymph after you kill the stag
I
lord,
haven't gotten there yet.
that's rude.
Oh, I did it by myself the first time. I believed her.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't know either, so I was like,
No
okay, I'll
reason
go
not
by
to believe
myself.
her.
Yeah, you don't have a reason not to at first, unless it's like monsters. You're gonna die. Sucks to be you. And you're like, I'm a cleric. I can't kill
I
these
wanna
things
see if I
by
can handle
myself. Oh,
In a turn-based with my ranged fighter, I want to see if I can handle it.
I'm gonna say yes.
Let's see.
It's a lot of hit and run, I'm sure.
5 foot stepping is the greatest thing that mod has put in so far.
Right. Because there's.
Not
I won't tell you what's
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
other things.
Because I have
It's
6th
rude,
level,
though.
I have my 2 attacks, I have rapid shot and multi-shot. I need to get cluster shot,
Yeah.
but that's if I hit 7 before I go do that. Where is she?
There's a spot on the map, but like if this is your home base, it's like way the crap over here.
Oh, okay. Have you seen the Verdant Chamber?
Yeah, that's what it is. The Verdant Chamber.
Oh, the door's locked and there's a spell that does enervation on my entire party.
Be trouble.
That's
I thought it was the Verdant Chamber as you go
Well,
in there.
you have to go by yourself.
Okay,
yeah.
It's because I brought a party.
Yes.
Can you just like, that's so annoying for the travel time. To walk yourself there.
There
by
is an
yourself.
option to alter your party while you're on the road. It just says, yeah, it'll just take this many hours. And then just boom, happens.
That's super convenient, okay.
It took me forever to notice that was an
But
option.
yeah, if you walk through that door with your whole party, there's an orb right here that just shoots out a purple blackish beam. And the first time it hit my whole party, and I got 6 to 9 negative levels. We were level 6 and everyone just dies.
Oh, you don't go in the place yet. I remember that.
They just died.
The hell?
Well then.
This is the
I was
first time
like,
it's got some
oh,
weird
this is a cool
stuff.
place. It has an exclamation point. It's for a mission. I'm gone. And then it has your character's name has died. Load pass save, load game, quit. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, you literally have to go by yourself. That's why, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this going.
Oh yeah, we're playing real Pathfinder.
Oh wait, so you guys are gonna stop talking about Pathfinder so we can start talking about Pathfinder? Got it.
Yes.
I guess so. We really need to stop talking about Pathfinder to play Pathfinder.
Guys,
We'll
can
stop talking-
we need to get back to Pathfinder, okay?
Yeah, no more talking about Pathfinder.
I got some Pathfinder stuff for you.
It's far too much Pathfinder, guys.
Thanks, Mitch. Mr. I want to go play 5e.
I only do 3.5 days a week.
And a half?
Yeah, I spend probably 12 hours a week playing Pathfinder.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Fair enough. I thought you were like, is there a 4th day you play? What?
No.
I only know
Austin and
3.
I will just go in his
To be
room and for
fair,
like an hour or two we'll
I
just play
only
Pathfinder
play
by ourselves.
2 days of Pathfinder a week.
How many times do you play 5e?
More.
How much more?
3?
Friday and Saturday. So I guess technically I play about as much Pathfinder as I do D&D, but together that's
a lot.
like 4 days out of the week.
Yeah.
I only have 3 days out of the week.
It used to be way worse.
Yes.
Used to be 6 of your.
There was a point in time where, you know how there's like 7 days in a week?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
there's
I was
7?
in like, I think it was either 7 or 8 games total.
I believe it was the
Now
Beatles.
keep in mind in our games we always switch off. So like it was
That
still
does
only
count.
like 6 days a week.
So I see
Take a break
that
from all of this
Mitch
role
with
play,
his
go role play.
8 games a week is on the Beatles philosophy, 8 days a week.
8
Yeah.
games a week. How do I still love this game?
So, anyways, let's go ahead and actually get to this.
8 games a week
So-
plus 5 days of work a week.
I deal 3 jelly bean damage.
Oh, it's not bad. Okay.
Super effective.
They're bean flavored beans.
So, you guys talked to Solgan and Woka, had a fun conversation, had some good food and wine, if you drink wine. One had some weird flashbacky episode themajigs. Some cool stuff happened to some of you. Some of you liked it, some of you not so much. Meldrick was definitely I'm gonna figure this out on my own. You guys go away. I said, yeah, here's the plan. I need some help. Who wants to help? Yes, yes. I don't like you. I'm gonna attack. What about you? No, I'm gonna rely on myself. I don't want other people to have to rely on me for power. Okay, bye. Oh, you're not stopping. Okay, you die. Long story short, that's how that went. While didn't see that coming at all, as we talked about, did find it very interesting. So, for what Nils and Maldrick understand of that, he basically said, okay, we're going to see about getting you 2 new friends, or at least compatriots, to work with you, because I think that would make things a little more effective. Go figure. You don't really know what exactly he did, but as he basically implied was he was going to try to lure some people who he thinks would have been good that's not the right word. Good affiliates. So what would be a good word used for that?
Good best friends.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Best
I don't know the
friends
personality
forever.
of your
Okay.
character, and I don't know the personality of your sword, so.
Well, I have an 8 charisma, so I don't think I'll make a very good best friend.
Or you'll make the best friend.
The best friend?
I don't know. You could take that 8 charisma in a couple different directions. You could be awkward and not talk, or you could be someone who tries way too hard and is terrible at it, but everyone appreciates it.
I trust everything he says. Why? Because he can't.
He cannot lie to me.
That's fair. So, I know you guys talked a little bit on Monday after I mentioned you guys were going to be from the same group for one reason or another. And I mentioned to Mitch like whether or not you guys were in the same group for long, or if it had always been that way. I'll be up to you. But in the end, just like Robert wasn't actually with you guys for very long, so. I was curious. Did you guys talk about it for at least a moment? I think when I was going to bed. So.
Yeah, we didn't
I
talk
did
about
not
it.
continue.
No. Oh, okay.
I asked him one simple question, and he goes, no.
What was that simple question?
Would he
Do you like my
want to undermine the Spell Slingers, as my story for Cassandra was?
Yeah, your story didn't tell me much.
And basically what it would have come down to is my character would have had no reason to, and the sword still needed it, so probably not.
But for what you described to me of basically your character's personality, I see what you did there. Your character's pretty much until he finds something better sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, so anyways, you guys were a group, and so for what I had with you guys was essentially about a week to 2 weeks before this, you guys had gotten a tip about a criminal to investigate within the region of Cheliax. I was thinking to myself it was going to be in Isker, up in this little old capital city over here or so. But
That wasn't when we went
semantics.
to the evil game.
Huh?
We didn't go to that one in the evil game.
No, that's because that was a vessel nation that was already basically not under Cheliax's control. They
Well,
basically
then why
Cheliax
did we
already had
kick
that
them over if they weren't under Cheliax's control?
Because they were.
Sorry.
But
They were under Cheliax's control.
Oh!
There we go.
I also have a 0 sense motive and a 0 wisdom.
Good to know. He's pretty
That's
dead because he has a
Brandon,
0
right?
wisdom.
That's Brandon has a 0 sense motive?
Yes.
Okay.
Brandon has 0 and a 0 wisdom modifier.
Basically, so you guys had that. It pointed you to a criminal who you found who had an encrypted note in Cyclopsian script with a mana battery. But from the impression you guys got from the criminal was he didn't know what the note was, and he didn't know what the mana battery was. However, it did lead him to Azure, and through some of the other members you guys had in your party, you were able to deal with the Undercity a bit more smoothly and kind of quickly. That led you into the obelisk.
Okay.
From there, it was a similar deal. You fought some cyclops, did some stuff, got up to the top. These two actually were able to watch the interaction of the 4 or 5 of you guys with Omoka, and they basically realized it was a similar sort of deal. When Omoka says that he has done this before, you're like, yeah, that looked almost the exact same. That's funny. It's almost like he's done this before. And then the same sort of thing happened. Now, I didn't write a cool little thing for you guys because I didn't know enough about it. Your guys' characters in time to do that, but we can get back to that later. And essentially, at the end, you had the same.
You guys have said no, just this one.
No.
Oh.
But you end up with the result of, oh look, you guys said yes, because that was the one additional premise for your two's characters. No, don't give me that. Even I know you joked about that.
I would ask Amoka what kind of world is he trying to build.
So
A one where you suck butt.
I'm
Already achieved.
I'm not gonna lie, Brock. If
Ear.
you would have actually roleplayed him asking the question, I was probably going to say no, and then went hold. No, it turns out I meant yes.
See, that, okay, so that's fair.
I meant yes.
I like the sound of this. This sounds like a great idea. What?
Want to destroy some evil?
He would say he wants to build a better world. One that is not so corrupt.
Yes, the corruption running rampant in the Spell Slinger organization alone is enough to make me sick. I've had
know about that,
several
actually.
healings
don't
of
know.
pure disease,
Is
and
it
it
really
has
so
not
bad?
worked yet.
Classify nausea as disease. Simple herbal remedies.
I mean, I'd say condition, not
Corruption
disease.
is the disease, and I'm the cure.
Like, okay,
Damn. Some a very forward cure. But yeah, so at that point, you say cool, awesome, sweet dealio, Bob. Thanks, homie G Dogs. And then you get introduced to your two new compatriots. Ah. So I mean, I suppose you guys might want, introduce yourselves to each other. Also, I realized I didn't write down Brand's name for his character.
Cassandra.
Thanks for
I
that.
think it's he doesn't have one.
Cassandra.
Sandra.
I am a horse with no name. That's who I am.
You're a whore with no name.
What is the audio file I received? So I was like, that's okay, because I'm a whore.
So I mean, literally, you guys can introduce yourselves because they probably don't know much about you. Oh,
They don't know anything about the two of you.
yeah.
And the people that are going to see us on YouTube don't know anything about us.
Yeah.
So is that. So go ahead and introduce yourselves as some of your faces says. Hey, you guys are. We want to meet each other.
So you are the ones that we were being paired with.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Cassandra.
Maybe quartet. Oh yes. Nils. Good
Oh,
talk.
we already know each other. I'm Cassandra.
No need.
I'm Cassandra.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
I think I would have done that the core is the actual thing.
Probably with the. Why are you holding a picture of Neville?
Look at him.
He does look pretty
Look
cute.
at him.
It's adorable. I'm good.
He just
So,
like,
so he
good.
probably not knowing about it, introduced himself to Core.
Silently just.
Did you say anything?
So
out here?
standing in front of you, she is a woman of smaller frame, about mid-height, I think, for Pathfinder human females at 5'4". She has black hair, blue eyes. She is wearing mithril tatami do,
Gesundheit.
and she has two short swords at her hips. And I guess you'd see a spell book.
And behind her, you see a taller elven male, about 6'1", thinner, not super, bulky or anything. Long blonde hair, with green eyes, just very sharp but bored expression on his face. He kind of looks around. He's wearing some pretty nice looking, I think it's darkly studded leather armor with a cloak with a hood.
Good with
He
that,
just
yeah.
goes, my name is Lilir. I've traveled a long way to get here. Don't ask me why.
I think just mid-split section decision, I think that would have been our first mission. So we're literally on our first mission, so we maybe just easier for role-playing, don't know much about each other either.
That's fair. I've come here all the way from the land of Janine. For those of you that don't know where that is in
I'm not familiar with that place. Weird.
Can I roll a knowledge local check to know where?
Can I roll a knowledge local check?
It is.
Oh, I know what that's okay.
It's in Tianjia.
The timing was awesome.
That's pretty good.
So 19 plus 4, 20, 33 knowledge geography. Where's?
Tianjia.
No, with that knowledge geography check, you know that he's just so bored he yawned and then explained that it was in Tianjia.
I also know where Tianjia is.
Yes, you also know where that is.
I'm not knowing things.
And Janine, you would also know, is in central Tianjia. It's the second settlement of the elves on Galarian.
And what did you say your character's name was?
Galir.
Galir. Okay.
I suppose since we're updating people, Nils is about a 6-foot half elf with kind of like steel gray eyes and just kind of like longer brown hair, and then he wears sort of like, imagine like a stylized military outfit, sort of that idea, kind of like I kind of imagine it sort of like a mix of like a sort of like that World War I sort of British expeditionary type outfit, so kind of like the more like the khaki color and just kind of utilitarian.
Are your guns out in the open?
Yes, guns are out in the open. He's got his bandoliers, he's got them on both hips.
Cassandra would go, "May I please see your guns?"
You see with your eyes, bitch.
I'll.
So does Cassandra know anything about firearms specifically? Or
I
she
don't
just know
have-
of guns.
Well, you said just like Brandon doesn't know anything of firearms specifically. He lives in a world where firearms are prevalent. Like
Yeah.
you said, this world is. So.
Yeah. But
he was just asking above and beyond the general
Yeah,
knowledge. Do
I
you know
don't-
anything about?
I don't know anything above and beyond.
so you would see those. You would recognize that as a typical handgun, although it does have kind of a weird barrel to it. As you say, you don't have knowledge local.
I don't have local, no.
You're engineering.
I don't have engineering, no.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I found me a picture for 4.
Sweet, because he now be into that. Fair enough.
Pitch. Except he has breastplate instead of a shield. But.
Okay.
And you, my strong friend, what is your name?
So, standing before you guys is roughly a 6'6", somewhere between 6'6" and 7 foot tall, very beefy lizard folk,
Mr.
dressed
Beast.
in a breastplate made of scales that match his skin tone.
Which are what color?
Green.
He's green.
It's green.
It's green. It's not very good.
On his back is a very tall spear, and on either shoulder sit a tiny finch. One of those finches flies off and turns into a frogman, a gripplet. Greetings. I am Cormier. This is Cole and Corvinus.
I did not see that coming.
That is the point. And then Corvinus, as a bird, says, "It's a pleasure to meet you."
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yeah, pleasure, says Cor. And Cormier will turn back into his little finch form and fly back on top of Cor's opposite shoulder.
I guess one thing I should mention about my character is prominently on her left shoulder, you do see the eye of Aridin.
Freaking weirdo.
Which, do you have religion, Spencer?
At this point, that's history.
Is that history?
At this point, it is. It's
Yeah,
he
it's
died.
very much history.
He died 2,100 years ago.
It's
Over.
okay. I don't have either.
Okay.
So you kind of look like I think I've seen that symbol before, but
For Spencer's knowledge, he was
Dead god.
several thousand years ago because he
over
ascended.
2,000 years ago, he died.
And he
Died.
he
Oh, from
ascended.
canonical Pathfinder though.
Yes.
It's 40.
Canonical Pathfinder is is the beginning of the 47th.
And he died in.
120 issues before that,
Okay.
because that was what started the Chilaxian Revolution.
So
Yeah.
he was the first one to ascend to godhood through the Starstone.
He's the one who drug it from the bottom of the ocean.
As like
Yeah.
Queen Abigail did in our story.
Yeah.
He was the god of humanity, innovation,
Culture, civilization.
culture, civilization.
His entire purpose was to progress humanity to the point that he, as far as he could see.
And
Before
yeah,
his ascension, he was the last survivor of the Islamic.
The last Azlantes.
yeah.
That was destroyed by the Abelis using
Yeah.
the big old rock in the sky.
That
And-
is the Star Stone.
That he used to become a god. That was one of the pure
Ironies.
ironies. They're like, yeah, throw that giant meteorite down to destroy those people. The last of the people became a god.
That actually is pretty
It's
good.
a really nice thing that he didn't decide to destroy us all.
He's just ascending up, just like.
But yeah, so as I said, 120 years before canonical Pathfinder time, his clerics and priests stopped gaining his divine blessings.
He just
So,
Considered to have died.
as
He
of right
wasn't
now,
actually
like,
determined.
it seems like Pathfinder hasn't come out with the real answer of, did he just disappear? Is he actually dead? Like, what's up with him?
What's up with
I think on Pharasma's page it mentions that she has neither confirmed nor denied the fact that he is dead.
Pharasma
I think
is
she's the
Hades.
only one who actually knows, and
She
she's
would be the only one that
not
knows.
saved.
Yeah. Every soul between, the smallest mortal and the oldest immortal, they all go to the Boneyard, where Pharasma rules. So,
I dig.
if he died, he would have gone there.
And at that point,
basically,
they
she's the
would know,
gatekeeper.
yeah.
So, as Austin has said that he doesn't know if anyone specifically asked Pharasma, but there's no reason that if Pharasma were to be asked, that she would lie to them, as far as we can
It's not in her nature to lie to people.
postulate.
If she answers,
Oh, does she not answer a lot?
she just might not. She might just say, "I'm not saying."
True.
There's no reason for her not to.
But like, I know, like, as of right now, when I look at Pathfinder Wiki, the Wiki just says he's dead. But,
Yeah,
Mhm.
his title is the
considered
Dead
dead.
God.
He's considered dead. It's just not
Ooh.
confirmed.
Because it doesn't matter if he's alive or gone, it does the same thing.
Yeah.
So my person is now 2,000
Or he's
years
gone or
later, a
dead.
very small dwindling of last worshippers of Eridan.
But instead of divine power like you would get normally for worshiping a deity, they practice arcane arts to supplement it.
And get UMD to help supplement some of the divine magic too.
So, there we go.
Nadora's legacy lives on.
Yes, that's probably true.
So seeing as how we've only worked for one mission together, and I don't know how long you two have worked with each other, but as a squad we are new. I think maybe we should talk about some of our battle positions or tactics that we like to use. I am a melee fighter. I don't have much arcane magic available to me, but what I do have is self-buff transmutation spells mainly.
Okay, it's the same picture.
Because everyone has a breastplate and a spear.
Solid. I like it.
So I work hard to get up close to my opponents and fight them that way.
I guess Cormier needs a picture.
I'm the opposite. I shoot things. And I make myself better at shooting things. And hurting them when I shoot them.
Very
Well,
useful
that's
skills
also
to have.
important.
Oh, my turn, I suppose. I cast spells through this.
Okay, so you have more attacks.
Do you have a spell book?
Because I gave you two
Okay.
on Friday, didn't I?
I already had it.
You did already have it.
Well, you're just saying I cast spells for this because you're a magus and you have.
I will give you
Food
to
combat
Friday.
casting?
I actually did not realize you already had it.
Is it a
So-
sword?
So you do have
It's
four
a
attacks then.
Skimter.
It's a skimter.
Because there's no additional
Classic.
penalty, but it gives you a second. Mine's fine. Yeah.
Core smash stuff. Little bird spell stuff.
Efficient and distracting.
Not
Efficient
bad.
and deceiving is what my
It's
character
one of those
said.
things that you probably could have mentioned, but you didn't know.
I like
was gonna
it.
bring that up earlier, then we had your conversations.
Yeah, that's right.
So is anyone else concerned? Is it just us four in the room?
I was picturing no.
Okay, then I'm gonna
Okay,
steal
then I
a
won't say
5e
that.
picture from a race that's not a group lead. Because I need this.
Okay.
I don't know what a frog lock is, but
You gotta be decent.
Still
Okay,
in.
just curious. So, oh, you can bend up. So, at that point, Amoka will step back in. I mean, it's a room, there's a table, there's probably some food or so. Because, snacks, hors d'oeuvres or so are always nice. Why not?
Nils will nod politely.
Oh, I guess you two have already been in here. You brought those two in. So,
Oh,
sorry, you four. That's beautiful.
All the Gripplies are really like
Willowy.
willowy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like Amazonian like tree frogs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
no,
awesome.
where's your American like bullfrog?
That one.
Rose
I
boy.
believe that's the boggards.
Closer,
close.
yeah.
I was just looking for Gripplies, and all of a sudden that was in like a
It's a pretty good picture.
the
though.
Gripply 5e. I was like, oh, hello.
Anyways, so Omoka will step in and say, well, if introductions are finished, then I suppose we can go ahead and get started onto what is next. So like I've mentioned to you all at one point or another,
Look at more pictures. That is a shaman!
Gosh.
oh, you are a druid, so it's close. Anyways, so the idea was to rebuild things a bit from the ground up.
It's got a whole bunch of forbidden corn dogs on top there.
What is this hat? It's like a crocodile snout.
It is a crocodile snout.
That's ridiculous.
That is the thing of beauty, but we're also great.
We're just
That's amazing.
I love his tongue. It was like,
Can't wait to fuck you up in this fight.
If I bend down enough, you'll think I'm a crocodile.
It's like, would you like to join my religion? I'm interested.
I'm interested. Wrong number, but I'm interested.
carry on. Sorry for the interruptions.
So there are a couple things that I had in mind for things that would help reach that goal. One of the first places we would visit would be back thousands of years ago, before Earthfall, to Golgan. Specifically to one of the major cities that had one of the main entrances to Regular. Which Regular, you guys actually was a term you came across. I would say you guys may have came across it too. It was actually in the first hall of the obelisk when there was all the lore. Regular was the name they gave for the first layer in the Underdark that the Cyclops went down into. And that was considered where they got tainted and where they started to fall into madness, was because of that reaching back up to the surface.
Underdark shit is nasty.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. They got the good old brunt of it too.
Sounds
So
fun.
specifically to the city of Zingabara, which is actually in this current day at the bottom of the ocean under the Eye of Abendago. That whole region there used to actually be above land. All the shackles were mountaintops. This was all connected. The continent was bigger.
Oh, before the eyeball?
Yeah, well, even before Earthfall.
Yeah.
For what I know of, it's Earthfall either. I don't think Earthfall landed. I don't know if it landed here or not. I haven't seen anything that really says where it hit.
Pretty sure it landed like
No, I
Yeah.
know for sure that's not the case.
I think it was further off the coast because Aslan is in between this.
Aslan
one
would
and-
basically be like over here.
It hit Aslan.
I'm
It
pretty sure
hit
it's hit Aslan. Yeah.
Yeah, from what I actually
But-
read,
Because you
looking
see
up-
Aslan, like, I think they'll draw it out, like,
Mhm.
if you just draw a border on all the islands, a little bit of room on the ends for, like, beaches, it's this huge chunk. And then, if
I've
you,
never looked that closely enough.
if you just want to, like, draw a bubble around it, it is a solid, like, chunk of land. And you look at it now, it's just like someone sprinkled some land in the ocean.
Oh yeah, it's all the continent got effed. So essentially, what he describes is that this all was Golgan. Golgan was up in this region, along the expanse. Also, that's why there's all sorts of cyclopsian ruins all over this region, all over this part, this
Oh,
continent.
that's why the Island of Isles and Skulls and Shackles.
It even calls out on the Golgan wiki page. It calls out that island.
The Isle of Empty Eyes.
Yeah, the Isle of Empty Eyes.
I don't know the real name.
But yeah, but it calls out. It's like, hey,
Separate.
look, we're there in that campaign. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Even in the description of like the Cyclopses in their explanation from the book, it mentioned that they're all over the shackles.
Oh yeah, they are.
Cyclopses are just That's just where they got tossed when things
Because
started
that
to fall
used to
apart.
be Gul'dan thousands of years ago. At this point, like 11,000 years ago. But yeah. So we will go back to then during the classical era of Gul'dan. That I've actually in that time.
Mozart, yes.
Do you know the great Cyclopsian general Mozart?
He was a
Famous for his
seer,
cunning
actually,
tactics.
a philosopher, but
Yeah, he was a general. He was specifically gifted in battle sight.
battle sight. You know, some things are lost in translation, but that's understandable.
Battle sight, you know, that old force power.
I see in battle. Do I have battle sight?
No.
Binoculars. Gain battle sight.
He brings up binoculars.
So we will
Uh-huh.
travel.
Nils' eyeballs just kind of.
Uh-huh. Powerful magic turns for home.
Guys, it's over there.
Too powerful.
But so yes, we will travel back to that city during that time period. There is actually a seer that I have located in this time who was very much against the descent down into Rhaegar. And it seems like he would be of much help in, let's just say, preventing the adventures down from continuing. So we will travel to that time. You get to see Gul'dan in its high points, which I find very fascinating. But you guys probably don't care much about that.
Because you guys are really tall, because you're large-sized creatures, right? The high points.
You say we. Are you coming with us?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I have to take you there, to be fair.
Makes sense. I suppose we would need an introduction.
Interesting. I was
Hello, we're here to
thrown
help.
back into my backwards vision that we haven't roleplayed yet by myself. Interesting how now someone.
But you were not.
I was not.
You were not. I had to take you there. One little thing, if you guys remember, I think I mentioned that Austin's
grabbing?
character, nor a hand on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So literally, he was there. He basically gently pulled you all in. And because of wibbly wobbly timey wimey crap, he did it to all four of you at
So-
about the same time.
Just because I'm curious what happens, one of the two options that was presented to me, one of the three options I guess, was to go after my own self.
Well, the non-predicted options given to you. Austin made a third option.
Well, there was don't do anything, go after one person, go to the other person.
Basically, yeah.
And then it's just
Don't do anything
There were
was
three.
the already result.
But so I'm gonna ask him because
Or at least you could have asked him in downtime.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Cormier's confused. What happens if you do stuff to your old self? Because he did things and got guns.
Yes.
So
And I changed the business structure of the Mantle Beasts.
you of a couple companies, yes.
Like you do. Like you do.
Like you do. You're a businessman, we do. Basically, when I said I was having you guys help verify a theory, it was me making sure I understood how some of the time travel and manipulating it worked. So, go figure, Pathfinder, while mentioned some things about time travel, of course, it's open-ended, however you want to use it. So, basically, I'll take this moment to explain how I'm going to use it for this.
Okay.
So time is seen as a flowing stream of water. You can drop pebbles in it, you can push and make little waves around, and it will affect the initial vicinity around it. But for the most part, little things like that end up not mattering in the long run. For example, you guys changing, altering yourselves in that way affects you initially or affects those around you.
But the grand scheme.
But in
of
the grand
things,
scheme of things,
so
something that small shouldn't change anything.
We're all irrelevant. None of you matter.
However, that does not mean you cannot do something big enough to redirect the stream,
Or enough little
People
things.
don't always.
or enough little things. For example,
People.
Cheliax, as time as I've originally seen it, never broke away from Taldor in the first place. After Aerodin disappeared or died. It was all Taldor that broke into a civil war. Cheliax wasn't the one who even came on top. It was other players. So one of the things that I've already done to manipulate and change things was make Cheliax separate earlier and became their own sovereign nation.
Yeah.
So you're saying he created the canonical
Yes.
timeline. Okay.
Saying that wasn't originally it, and he made it that way as ways to try to manipulate.
Everything that we know right now as history is his current edition of his experiment.
Yes.
This version like 1.0. He's gone through all the beta, and he's like, all right, this is the set number.
This is the set number.
This is version 1.
There are some things I have tried to change that I have not been able to. For example, I could not save Golgan. There was no way of preventing the Starstone from landing. There's no way to have altered things so that Golgan survives. That wasn't doable. That was the original plan.
Have you tried genocide?
Of who?
Either parties. I heard there was 2 parties involved in the Starfall. Well, one was angry at the other. I don't know the details.
Oh.
But going back far enough and killing one of the parties should prevent it.
One of them, well, was killed. That was the point of Earthfall. The other one, I do not know if I could. Do you know what an aboleth is?
Which knowledge is that?
They are aberrations. They are dungeoneering.
Probably not. I only got a 20.
You know of aboleths.
Base Aboleths is pretty mellow.
I got a 28.
Aboleths
He knows
also
that.
take
So that
class
we
levels quite
think
often.
about. Aboleths essentially are creatures who claim to be here before the gods were. They are creatures.
Water monsters.
They are huge size acquired creatures who have pretty dang powerful spell-like abilities that they get to use in their repertoire as daily spells.
You guys
Biggest
follow?
being Dominate Monster.
H.G. Wells.
I remember
today.
Back
Yeah.
at you with the
It was
And
really
they can
fun.
even make people just, you breathe water now. You're now dependent on me because we're going underwater. Type of thing even. So they have lots of slaves. They literally created Scum, the race called Scum, because they were the
From people.
slaves who just adapted over time. Gilmans are those who they saved, who end up just naturally over evolution or magical means adopted gills or evolved
Turns out
gills.
for 3 generations, you have Aboleths alone in your person. You get gills. Ba-dum-bum.
Interesting.
So
I'm gonna leave while you're doing your talk.
that's fair. So aboleths have been there for so long, and they essentially are still around. They are all over the ocean's floors. They used to have vast empires and cities themselves at the bottom of the ocean. That seems like a really tall order, especially saying how they caused the rise of Aslan and their fall.
Just get rid of the ocean. That was hand on head.
So,
And this is Brock staring at you.
so why did they make the Starstone fall?
They used Aslan as an experiment. They went onto land shaped as humans to teach them magic. And mind you, Aslan is known for their magical technologies, their just overall magic that they had, as still being a pinnacle and could still rival Chelax in its current form today. In fact, there are some who still venture off in the ruins of that continent to find what they can of that lost
Jokes on you
empire.
guys, never playing custom game? Nope. Ruins Aslan.
That would be hysterical, but no.
I know how that one starts.
Yeah. I don't.
We're already partway through book 2.
Wait, how does it start?
They go to Aslan's and they're the second
They're trying
colony.
to recolonize Aslan.
Well, the
Oh,
second
okay.
expedition out to the colony, and the colony's completely empty, and there's no one there.
Oh, cute.
H.G.
Okay.
Wells here, back at you again with the fish people.
So essentially, they went to the people of Aslan and taught them magic. Unfortunately, over the years, the Aslantes got so powerful and basically cocky enough that they said, haha, we have surpassed the masters, and basically said, "We are done with you. Thank you, goodbye." And they're like, "Okay, experiment's over. Let's grab that old meteor, and boom, we're underwater. We don't care." Enter the Dark Ages. No sun for like 1,000 years.
That's a really big overreaction. Like, I think they were being little bitches. Oh, I'm sorry, let's do this again.
Say how he basically would say he's from the time leading to Earthfall and of Earthfall. Yes and no. That's why he's leaving. Blender.
Fair enough.
Makes sense why you walked away with a bag of ice. I was confused by that. Where we go with that? So, while that isn't a terrible idea, that seems like a little bit too much for him to bite and chew.
We need more people.
We need a lot more people. Outlaws are already very powerful, and that sounds like a bad idea.
Oh wait, I know what we could do. We
Is
could
it-
create plastic and make a giant ocean over the a giant island of plastic over the Aboleth city.
Snails is like, what's plastic?
Well, he did say create plastic.
Yeah, but what's
So,
plastic?
better idea, how about you just convince the Aslantes that they shouldn't fuck with these guys yet?
Let us help you. And
Yeah.
then we'll
Hey,
fuck with
hey,
you.
let me show you a thing. Boop, you all die. Unless they are too far gone.
Let's
impossible.
let's just say that there are some things that might work, but have unforeseen
Also,
outcomes.
side note, how do you do this without, like, things stopping you? Like gods.
I never said that it was uninterrupted.
You never said it was enough by gods.
So like, gods have never stepped in. Other things do.
I want us just be
To
going.
my knowledge, gods do not necessarily have the ability to manipulate time in this way. But there are things that do guard.
Yes, there are things that guard that. But I'm just waiting for the Starfinder Time Police to show up.
You talk about the Hounds of Tavis?
I said Starfinder, like.
Yeah, he's also asking if the things that you mentioned were.
No, like I've only looked into the dimension of time for leading up to like Mitch's character. So like I know there's time dragons and there's Ifrit there, and Ifrit.
Oh, I've looked into some of that stuff. The base creature, and he'll end up mentioning this, is Hounds of Tavis, if I'm saying that right, which is things from like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, they're in there too. That's right.
And there are canonical Pathfinder write-ups for them. I was like, well, that's convenient. I don't have to make up these creatures.
There's a Fae
I
god
didn't
or there's a Fae god or an Elder Fae that is like really trying to figure out the dimension of time.
That makes
And
sense.
there's an Elder god who's really trying to figure out the dimension of time. I think it's is the
So,
Elder god.
literally, those things are the only things that can manipulate time, and basically what he ends up not directly saying, to not give too much information, but what he implies, and an item that he has.
So I guess Cassandra should roll a planes check, because I believe that the Ifrit are outsiders. They're
If we- yeah, you
CR
talk about
19,
talk about
so
genies. Or we talk about specific.
no, like Ifrit or like something like that. Ifriti maybe. They're
is a humanoid race.
Yeah, they're the fire ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a CR, not one.
no.
What is it you're trying to ask about?
If I know the CR 19 creatures that guard time.
Well, first off, you know what the thing
well,
is,
that's a
and also
decent
make an
roll.
appropriate check.
Yeah, I guess I have to roll a 29 to know what they are, so I need to roll a 16 on the die. So
Nope.
yeah, doesn't matter.
Is this planes?
Yes, it would be planes. They are outsiders.
I got a 25.
So,
So-
through the conversation, he will mention Hounds of Tavis. Or how the crap you say that? Hounds
Is it
of
TABAS?
Tindalos.
Oh.
Hound of Tindalos. I was like, I'm probably saying this
Oh,
wrong.
that's a very different thing.
Yeah, those are different.
Tavis, Tindalos. So here are some of the Pathfinder versions of them.
Oh, cool.
Also, they changed the format for how you look at pictures on Google.
Yeah, what?
I've never seen it do it like this before, though.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, so that's what the Pathfinder version of it looks. And so these essentially are creatures that are the, I guess you say, base guardians of time, who have, through the dimension of time, the ability to go through and disrupt, basically try to prevent those who are meddling with time. So we can go over the specifics of them and some other creatures in a moment, but to answer your question, no, there are things that try to stop him. Gods seem to not have the ability to do that, at least not directly. This is a very rare thing.
Because that's a that, Brandon.
IRIIS.
An
In
iris?
theory, it's a CR19.
Wait, what was the name?
They're IRII.
I'm curious.
They're CR19s. They're from the dimension of time. They're either lawful neutral or chaotic neutral. And what it is
I
is
just look at that for a moment.
they either take the form of a fate or a fortune. A fate is someone who really strictly wants to keep the timeline as it is, and a fortune is someone who wants to change the timeline. So, if you were to run into an Eerie, which I don't know if he has or not, but
I don't
an
have
Eerie
that book.
would either want to help him in changing the timeline or want to stop him in helping change the timeline.
Now that I actually looked at it, I realized what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
So that was the creature I was trying to roll to see if Cassandra knew, but she
No.
did not roll high enough.
Let's just say he mentions the Hound of Tavis and implies there are other things, but deities are actually not one of them, because they seem to not be able to, which is why there are other things that guard it instead. Because giving gods the ability to do that, to be fair, sounds like a terrible idea, in my opinion. Now, if you go to an era where that god is still there and he's still effing with things, I mean, the god might intervene at that moment, but even then it would have to be some huge for god to suddenly step in like that.
So as far as he's aware, nobody like super big has noticed, unless they're like naturally bound to time.
Basically, yes.
So do people notice? Is it like the Mandela effect like that we have? People remember things one way, but reality.
I think Brock stipulated
So
that
here,
only if you have
because-
changed yourself, you know.
Because you were the ones manipulating it,
we remembered.
we remember.
So
Because
if you
I
went
was
back-
there with you, I remember it.
So if you went back and changed our past right now, we'd never know.
Correct. Yes. Which is why you specifically had to do it, and I didn't bother intervening.
So your fellow Cyclops, unless they come back in time, they won't know what we changed.
Correct. Unless I brought a current Cyclops with me, when time is altered, they would basically be changed, assuming things go the way I hope they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture.
Are those the Eries?
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted pictures.
Nifty.
So I imagine
So-
the one on the left is the Fate and the one on the right is the Fortune.
Probably.
I didn't read far enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I did look
Yeah,
at a
the
couple of
gold
guys
one
at
definitely
Time
rings more
Dragon.
fortune. But
You know,
yeah.
the Hounds,
Yeah, super cool looking.
Tindalos.
Dig it.
You had an option if you rolled the right percentage to have that be your ally instead of Oswin.
Nifty. They had wish once a year, I think. So that's fun. But yeah, anyway, so that may or may not be a
Or
thing that
a,
could end up coming up.
Elder Time Dragon was another one you could have rolled.
Okay. But yeah, so.
No, they disagree on how elastic time is. The fortunes say like, hey, it's all gonna happen the same way, so might as well make people better while it's happening.
And that's what he's saying about in the initial vicinity doesn't actually affect things.
We see time as a black hole.
Because throwing an entire boulder to redirect the stream of time has to be something real huge.
Time is like bedbugs having sex.
How about not?
Oh, we watched that video.
Yeah, how about we don't have time to be like,
No!
No, dear God, no. So much piercing.
What are you doing?
Thank you,
Don't
bitch.
take it off. Get back.
It's like take that, you know, the
Yeah,
best
sit on
Tyson.
there.
While they're out there, sex must be pleasurable, otherwise it wouldn't exist. Bed bugs, motherfucker.
Hyenas.
That too.
Anyways, what was the first creature that they
Let's
mentioned?
not.
Groundhogs? Was that the first creature you mentioned, where the male basically dies?
No, it was some
No, it was
form of mouse.
Yeah, it was a mouse. It was an
Oh, it was a
Australian mouse.
Oh, okay.
that just goes into sex mode, and then for 14 hours wants to do nothing but sex, and its entire body is just derived all energy to doing procreation, and then it dies.
And it ends up dying because of it.
So Tuesday.
Here.
I don't know about your Tuesday.
Why do you think we don't see Spencer on Tuesdays?
I don't want to know now. So, on back to
Yeah,
Pathfinder.
backwards.
Oh, I have him backwards? Oh, interesting.
That's a fortune. The fortune was the one on the left-hand side with the golden.
The humanoid, not the beetle-looking head.
Interesting. I guess it makes sense. Because the face is the one trying to stop you, so it would make sense for that one trying to stop you to be the more intimidating one. It's like it would
Fair.
raise its eyebrow at you if it could, but instead it just gores you with its horn.
But yeah, so basically he wants to try to redirect or reshape the stream of time to build what he would consider to be a better world. And obviously he says with your guys' help, you would definitely have a say and would definitely be able to take advantage of it. He would warn that be careful with this sort of things because we do not know what effect some things will have. So yeah, but either way, you will definitely benefit from it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that sort of gist.
So how do we build our time down?
So the first thing
Kill Queen Abigail.
that comes later.
Unkill
Who
Arrogant.
is Queen Abigail?
Sorry, you would know her as deity Abigail.
Do I make a religion check to know if I know who that is?
That would be a religion check.
First,
Oh, I know who that is.
You know who Queen Abigail is,
first comes
because
the-
that's one of her
then
titles.
comes marriage,
God
then comes
Queen.
shipping.
God.
I got a
I did
35.
not spend much time researching the deities of.
She's considered a major deity, so a DC 10 knowledge religion to know who the deity Abigail is.
You
Hey, I got
DC
12.
10 on training.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 and under some training. Ow!
So I add.
That works.
My entire eyeball is brain freezing.
Oh.
Did you roll 4? So, well, you know who it is.
You're like, I've heard that name since coming into this country.
Oh, that's right. That's that person you see all over the place in this empire. Yeah, that's right.
She was helped out by the first Spell Slingers.
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. We met one.
We were told that
What a bunch of fucking losers they must have been.
when we met one of them.
He
Who's
was
still
a
alive.
loser, wasn't he?
You met one of them?
Yep.
Huh.
How long ago was that? Not like how long ago did we meet him, like how long ago did Abigail ascend?
Over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah,
So
over 2,000 years old. Like,
Well, let's hope that's the only original spell slinger left alive.
Here's to hoping.
fingers
As so many of us built characters who wouldn't have been dead.
That's 2/3 of the party is technically still alive.
4 of 6 are still alive?
Yeah.
As 2 were undead, 1 was an outsider, and the other one just made himself immortal.
And we've met the other one, so we know he's alive.
And you met the one who made himself immortal.
And
so
the other
suddenly
one's too
believes you.
smart not to die. Too smart to die.
So, unless you guys have other questions, we'll go ahead and give you some time to prepare yourself or grab anything you might need.
So what are
we
the
can-
rules for time travel safety?
Kill everything you get near and see what happens.
I more less meant like making sure that we all get back in one piece. Do we have to be like with each other the entire time, or
No.
when you go back, do we automatically go back?
I would bring you with me, and essentially a portal is opened up that we walk through. So technically, yes, you could be left there. That is not the intention.
So portal takes us there. Portal closes.
Yes.
We stay with you. New portal opens. We come home.
Well, what actually happened is you guys will do things, and I'll explain why, but you will know where to find me.
And so it's just going to be you.
So how will we know
And
how to
us.
find you?
So I'll tell you where I am.
When we get
Well,
there.
why didn't you just say that instead of say
You
where to
will
find
know.
Me? You could have just said I'll tell
I thought I
you
said
where
it, I would
will
tell
be.
you where I am so you know where
No,
to
you
find
said,
me.
and you will know where to find me.
Oh, and I'll tell you. That is actually what I meant to say.
We'll just walk around a corner and there'll be clouds.
CR30.
Someone will get a mocha.
What is?
Over here.
Something real big.
line dancing cyclops.
Leviathan, Elder God.
Yeah,
I mean, take away the Elder God part.
Leviathan. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's actually, I was wrong. It's not something that's the Elder God wanting to do the 10 minutes at a time. It's Yogg-Sothoth is the one.
Yogg-Sothoth?
Yogg-Sothoth?
The one that is
Yeah, it's
a pretty easy name.
actually is one of the easier names.
Hi, welcome to
I mean, the
Yogg.
easiest is still Cthulhu because
Well,
fucking Cthulhu.
Also the most name recognition.
Yeah. Fuck, I keep fucking touching
Cthulhu,
that.
you mean?
Welcome to the Yogg-Sothoth.
Cthulhu?
That's who you ask. Anyways,
Glad you appreciate that one.
I'm wondering if there's a bother of telling the Yogg-Scats to make a funny intro being the Yogg-Sothoth cast and see if they think it would be funny.
Simon and Tom right now are playing H.P. Lovecraft game.
I've heard about that.
Secret
I gotta watch some of those videos. What game?
I'll send you the link to episode 1.
Okay.
It's
So,
the Sunken City.
I will take you guys back to the city of Zingabara in Gul'dan. You will have as much time as you need, because, in case you haven't guessed, that is not the biggest factor here. You will be I will tell you, you will have a contact of a Cyclopsian seer from that era, and I will tell you where you will be able to find him, and he will know you are coming. And he will have a plan. No, because you've already made first contact with him. But yes, that too. And he said he has an idea about how you may be able to help with this. Although, if you guys can find or discover a better way, that is always an option. But I will not be able to help with a lot of these tasks, such as this one, mainly because in Gul'dan and who I am and my effect on the Empire, I fear what would happen if I appeared earlier because of how my life went in the early parts, or of my part in Gul'dan. So because of that, I want to make sure I stay out of this, specifically.
So did we see the writings, as in Midnight's party, about Salagamoka being the last leader?
Mm-hmm.
So was that you in the writings?
Yes. Who prophesies to save Gul'dan.
You're really old. How have you lived this long?
Bananas.
I mean, I'm just gonna be frank. We're about to time travel. I'm not actually that old.
Wait, did you time travel from the fall of Gul'dan to now?
I mean, I'm sure the string eventually
Got there.
comes to here, but imagine you can go to any time.
Let's just say I picked
place.
this time period for a reason to charge the mana batteries as a way to
Also-
power things.
Do you teleport as well as time travel? Or do you like be in a spot and then just like
As a part of time travel, location is a part of it, but you don't always get there exactly. Also, depending on where you're time traveling to, it may not even exist. So,
what I'm saying, like
I guess
if you tried to time travel back in time from this spot, would you still be in this spot at that time? Or like
if you do not specify, yes.
so you could be like, hey, we're gonna time travel to like Tianjia 10,000 years ago, and then you just be like, boop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
It
Like-
is time and location.
if you had to actually go to the exact spot you were in, I'm not sure if Pathfinder worlds go around in orbit.
We ignore that detail. Shut up. No, we do not take the
No,
orbit
no, no,
of the
this is a
planet
good
into
point.
consideration.
we were taking
Yes,
the same
on-
route.
It's magic. It doesn't care.
Yeah, that one.
Magic literally never cares.
I was just saying if we had to stay
But-
in the exact same location, so
It
being
would
able to
be the
move.
exact same.
In the galaxy. That sounds rough.
The galaxy moves.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
but okay, but yeah, exactly. But we're in the universe of the galaxy at that time when we need to get there. Like, this is a lot of math that I really don't feel like trying to do.
That's
I'm
why
out.
you don't do it. Shut up. Stop trying to make yourself build another character.
Trust me, I don't want to make another character.
Yeah.
I've made
We have to
far
do
too
math,
many characters
so,
for games recently.
Core
So-
pulls out a
I guess we
handgun
have,
and
like,
just
potentially
shoots
campaigns,
Cormier
yeah.
right in his little bird face.
Wait, why is he shoot Cormier?
Because we had to do math, and he was promised a long time ago that he'd never be forced to do math.
Oh.
So Kor's like, no, I'm a sentient being now. I don't need you. And also, fuck math. You broke your promise.
You broke your promise.
This is a whole lot of like, do it, I'll shoot.
I'll do it, I swear.
I'll do it.
Nils is standing there with his 2 guns. I'm starting with my 2 short swords.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here.
No!
At that point, are there any other questions or points of clarification? Because go figure, things even related to time travel are going to be a little confusing. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. No? Cool. Yay!
Let's go see
Um,
Seer.
At that point, he does give you basically saying the next morning, so you guys have time to prep or prepare spells and blah blah blah. He also has mentioned he'll give you a rundown when you get there of, well, basics of Cyclops, Empire, and such.
For our sanity, can we get a general gist of what we're doing so that we can prepare spells accordingly?
So when you get there, you
Or does he
can
have an idea
have
what kind of spells we'll need?
when you. Oh, that was the other thing. I was going to be nice and give you guys some sort of item that gives you comprehend languages, because everyone there will speak Cyclops. I don't think any of you actually speak Cyclops.
It's a funny thing when you're building a new character and you go, I'm not gonna do that.
Rocco,
Hmm.
give me permanency.
He'll do that. He'll permanency comprehend languages on you all.
Oh. Not tongues.
Just kind of thinking about that.
That seems better.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the price difference is not very far.
I mean, it's like $5,000 more, but
Not very far.
I mean, it's like $5,000 more per person. I mean, yeah, I meant to
Is
think
it
about that, and
cheaper
I
to,
didn't
like,
think about
is
that
it more
more.
reasonable to permanency it on us, or just hand us rocks that as long as we hold it, grant us that?
That was my
Is it better
initial
to
thought.
have like a wondrous item that just allowed us to have tongues constantly, or to go through the trouble of permanency?
Permanency requires less time because it's instantaneous, and it can't be lost if something goes wrong.
I mean, the idea is that they might just have these on hand, though.
That was my initial. I was
It's
giving you an
just- here's
item
this
that
thing,
does it.
don't lose
I
it.
just apparently forgot to actually define it. Yeah, that was my initial thought. I'm giving you an item that lets you guys basically know and speak it. It probably does. I forgot to look
It's
into
an
it.
item, so I think as DM,
It can be whatever it fucking wants to be. I was just trying to offer some more simplistic solution.
If Austin has an actual item, sure, that's what it is. Point being, I didn't want to throw you guys in a place where none of you could speak or understand what they're saying. Because that just sounds a little rude. Just a wee bit.
Yeah, the Helm of Comprehend Language doesn't read magic.
It is ju- it
Brandon
is just the
has
helm,
it
yeah.
in my game.
Always look at Speak Cyclops. Put that on.
Speak
Yeah.
to the sidewalk.
But yeah, so you guys will get an item so you guys can speak and understand what is being spoken to you. Because it also might be relevant for other places you guys will go to, because go figure that just might happen. So, from there, as an initial plan, he doesn't know what the seer had thought of to try to do it to help mitigate things, but the premise is essentially that there were lots of different seers during that time who foresaw this leading to the downfall of Gul'dan, about going down and fighting the serpent folk that lived underground, because there's an entire empire of serpent folk down there. And a lot of people, big name people, just didn't listen to them. When you have people who can literally like see and predict the future and stuff like that, so there's that somewhat awkward part. But
This other guy didn't see it.
yeah. So he is one of the bigger named seers who he made contact with, who was very adamant about not doing this. So he, for he knows, had a plan, or at least an idea of what to do. So what exactly you guys will be doing, he doesn't know for sure. But also, he doesn't know how you guys would handle it. Worst case scenario, he will be in a place that you will know of, so that you can visit or ask questions if you feel necessary. In fact, if anything, he would appreciate that at some point, seeing how he does not like the idea of risking going into the Cyclopsian Empire because of his later involvement in it very, very directly.
Fair enough.
Like, hey, you were that one guy, right?
Oh, this is awkward.
He has to die. Blink, blink. Who had to die?
I guess I'll ask him how well received are small folk in Golgan.
Humanoids of your size and stature. Let me put it this way. I was an outcast who was thrown out at birth. Because I was a small cyclops. Most humanoids are slaves. And I have a feeling this might be involved in a plan with him knowing that there will be humanoids involved. But he doesn't necessarily know that, although it was implied it might be. Basically, humanoids in that era were second-class citizens. If you were free, you were the lower-class citizens at best.
Can you transform into a cyclops?
No. I looked at the strength of a cyclops.
Oh,
Core ain't no punk ass bitch.
what is core strength?
22.
Oh, he's barely stronger than a modern-day cyclops. The primal cyclops back then aren't as strong, but are better in other ways. So,
Yeah, but he's not a weakling.
no, that's true.
He might be shorter than you, but bitch, let's arm wrestle. I'll hold my own, it's good enough.
Basically, I will say is that first, don't be too obvious you are there, but free humanoids who are citizens of Golgan is not uncommon. They are just greatly looked down upon, literally and metaphorically.
Should I
Buddy.
change how I'm dressed?
Ooh,
Maybe just
we have
wear
time
clothes
traveling
over it.
outfits.
Yeah, because we might need some time traveling outfits here.
Oh, I want ones like the Avengers have.
Who the Avengers?
Exactly.
Oh, I forget what is the TV show where they go through time fixing problems.
Oh, are you talking about a DC Heroes of? Oh,
Heroes of Tomorrow?
It is Heroes of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have an entire machine that does this.
They have like a
I wanna-
shift, don't
They
they?
have, they have a spaceship.
Yeah.
Time shift. But a part of their time shift makes era-appropriate clothing out of era-appropriate materials, so that they never pollute the timeline.
Let's just say that he totally thought of that because Brock didn't, but he is smart enough he would have. And yes, he will have alter selves and stuff prepared for you. And oh no, he'll just have resources to do that because
Yeah.
that actually just makes more sense.
He just has fabricate as a spell for the day, and goes, here's a bunch of era-appropriate material.
Fabricate is a spell. That's fair. Yes, he can cast that. That's
Tailored
only a
outfits for
spell.
all of you.
Being able to search your library for an artifact would be good. Oh wait.
That has a whole different meaning in Pathfinder. That's an artifact. I didn't say minor artifact.
That's a legendary wall.
Can I get the
that
spear
guy
of,
for the commander
was it
deck.
Spear of Ice?
That legendary wall looks pretty sick.
Actually,
Did I say his name?
It's a plus
Is
one.
it Ice?
wall.
Spear of Ice.
Ice? Asmodeus' brother?
Oh.
To go with the
No, but I know what you're talking about.
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna search my deck for that one. Hey, Asmodeus, want this back? And then they make contracts and stuff.
I hate you so
Fuck.
Yeah, so he'll just use fabricate to make you guess things.
Yay!
Yes,
I
yes,
love
that
era-appropriate
makes
clothing.
sense. Some tiny little details that sometimes I oversaw and not think
Which is
about.
why we talk about him, Rob.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
All the
So,
time looking at money.
on that note, we'll go
Casting of a
ahead
spell is appropriately cheap.
and go there.
Perfect.
You guys will appear in basically an alleyway.
Yo, ass bitten.
And mind you, when I say an alleyway, like if we had like normally like 10-feet alleyways in most of our cities,
Are
in
these alleyways
Pathfinder,
their streets?
They
Or
are,
streets?
they are more equivalent to your street,
Oh,
like
one lane.
20 feet wide. So you appear there, and maybe one of you sit there to yourselves like, "This is an interesting little street." And it goes there, and it's like, "No, this is their small alleyway, being like 15 to 20 feet wide."
We're in a back alley.
As you basically see large-sized carts and huge-sized animals like pulling carts, and cyclops walking like over there, like it's like 40, 50 feet away from you, just in a city. Buildings are huge, scaled dramatically. Architecture is grandiose and actually very pretty and pristine. Things are, well, just huge. Like, for example, in case fights that probably happen, I built like a few little buildings and rooms in here, and just mentally making sure I realized make everything 4 times as big was just like, oh, this is so weird to think about. If I want this room to be 40 feet long, that's actually 80 feet long, because they're all cyclops, they are large boys.
Nils is
Hell yeah.
imagining the size of the sandwiches.
Oh, I thought
Ford is now
Nails-
imagining the size of the sandwich.
I thought Nails would be imagining the size of the cigars.
Well.
Oh,
We stop
Strong.
partaking in such disgusting habits.
Yes, and Nelson goes over and says, imagine how big the sandwiches
Sandwich.
It's a big loaf of bread.
It's just like giant sized.
yes. The foot long is like,
One sandwich could probably feed all
No,
four of
their
us for
foot
a
long
meal.
is still a foot.
well, their version.
They just get a bag of them.
Their foot long is a meter long. How about that? My bad.
No, you get a baker's dozen footlongs. Munch, 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 munch.
Cyclops aren't quite that big, but that is funny.
Yes, you could one bite a footlong sandwich if you're a large size creature. I believe in you.
Oh, okay. Especially, yeah, that might be true.
If Brandon tried really, really hard, you'd maybe get a 6-incher there.
Did I tell you about how I told a young teenager at work one day the one bite challenge?
Oh no.
Okay, because that was pretty great.
Where'd that go?
It was pretty good. His mom didn't seem to like it. And so I told her at first
One
I wouldn't
goal.
tell him what it was. And then I later came back and told him about it, and he greatly appreciated it. I told him to tell all his friends because they'll appreciate it too. He greatly liked it. Anyways. Yeah, so you get there, architect, big, grandiose stone buildings. Everything's nice, clean, and pristine. It's, honestly, this looks like a just large scale size of a modern day Chilaxian city.
Man, now I wish I took engineering.
You would actually very
Cheers.
much so
Cheers,
appreciate
cheers.
this. The streets are like 50 or so feet wide in some parts. Buildings are huge. I mean, a single story building is like a 20-foot tall building. Multiple stories get huge real fast.
I imagine all of the stairs are really inconveniently sized for us.
Kind of, yeah.
I guess.
If you're small sized, it'd actually be a problem, just
How-
like in
How
that.
tall are the buildings we're right next to currently?
I'll say it's like 40 feet. We'll say they're 2-story buildings.
Yeah, so in Skulls and Shackles, before you got there was a cyclops-sized
I'm gonna fly up
staircase,
to the top.
and my rat folk luckily
Would a story still be
has
10 feet tall?
No.
magical
I was saying
climbing
closer
gear,
to
or
20.
else
That's fair.
like the medium-sized creatures would have been able to climb up and not be fatigued,
So we're-
and my character would have been like dead by the end of
We're
it.
basically near like 2-story buildings.
Did you just say
You're basically between
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
two.
fly to the top.
Yeah, you can just do that, by the way.
So,
So he's just like, huh. And he just kind of goes, whoop.
Nils is like,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
follow
say
him.
anything. I don't say anything to you guys.
Oh.
I just
so he's.
I'll look at Nils and I'll go, I didn't know he could do that.
Nils is gonna
You've
look back.
probably seen him
Yep.
do that.
Nils is gonna look back. So much for low profile.
You can't get much lower than birds.
Wait. What?
Birds are
Well,
very
you fly up here and there's a little bird flying next to
Oh,
you.
well, that's fair.
So you literally see a giant effing landscape that you would see in a normal city, just 4 times as big everywhere. Because all the buildings are, I guess you technically say 8 times because you're dealing with volume in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
I'm now remembering
Oh,
why we
excuse me.
didn't count the spell cost to purchase someone casting a spell into the permanencies.
Oh, because it's 2,500 per spell level?
Well, I mean, because permanency has additional cost, but in order to pay someone to cast a spell, pay someone to cast permanency, and then pay the additional permanency cost, the first 2 are irrelevant because
Oh, yeah.
what's $300 or $400 extra dollars to $8 grand, $9 grand?
Yeah, they're getting to that point, yeah. You just kind of, eh. And you'll see like basically their version of like actual like towers or spires. You'll see big courtyards and parks. You see monstrous sized trees. You see lots of huge sized animals that are just like beasts of burden or
Yeah,
beasts of burden, yeah.
Never be
Great big buildings,
burden.
all sorts of things like that. And it's an entire city of this.
Hmm.
You easily picture just based off that there's at least tens of thousands of cyclops that live here.
Nifty. And then after I get up here, I'll look around. I'll take like a good 360-degree turn, and then I'll just hop back down into the alleyway and glide down to the bottom.
So has Saladin already left us, or?
Not yet.
What's it like?
It's very, very big. Quite
So,
impressive.
very.
Still don't know why I'm here. No,
I
I,
mean-
know why you brought me here. I'm just all sorts of confused.
Right. Would you like to ask a question?
Where do we meet the seer?
Well,
One second.
I don't know if you'll be able to answer my questions. Does
Don't
the
know if
name,
you don't ask.
Does the name Jormungand mean anything to you?
No.
You can't answer any of my questions.
That is unfortunate.
Is that the cousin of that giant snake that wraps
No,
around the
no,
world?
yes, I'm aware I just used your name. Could I ask you from now on before? Okay. Okay. I don't see that as that big.
I think he's gone crazy.
I think he's speaking to his sword.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, Rock. You're a nice rock.
Is that Chris?
No, his name's Garfengarnder.
Why are you just talking to a rock?
Why were you talking to a sword?
Because it was talking to me.
Hello.
Are you hearing voices coming out of rocks? That's concerning. We should get you look. We should
He doesn't
probably
talk
check
back.
you out.
Oh, that's good.
But from what I've noticed,
So I'm
his
assuming this is
sword
core.
Yes.
actually
Who is
does
intelligent,
talk
mind
back.
you.
Yeah.
I haven't confirmed it yet, but I don't think he's fully crazy.
I'm not crazy.
That's
Fully.
what crazy people say.
Okay, you're not wrong.
That's mainly because that's what everybody says.
I wonder.
So no, except for basic white girls. I'm so crazy.
I'm so-
I'm so crazy.
Okay, I'm just a little crazy, but
I'm so wasted.
I'm so wasted.
Pumpkin Spice launches in a few weeks, and I'm so excited.
No, I've been clinically checked. I'm not
Basic.
insane.
You're insane.
So, he will tell you that there is a noble seer by the name of Shujin, who
Fusion.
does have a observatory that he resides at. You'll be able to get there, and basically, as long as you guys don't cause a scene, you might, get a rock kicked at you. Someone might spit at you, but for the most part, you'll be able to get there without much trouble, as long as you don't cause trouble.
This context, a boulder.
Well, okay,
No, but it's a
rock.
clean, they're clean streets, so they probably would be normal sidewalks. But
I still stand by each of us spending $13,000 so we can have a telepathic bond.
Oh, that, yeah.
I mean, I'm down.
That just seems so useful for our group.
I've got $2,000.
I've got $2,000.
I've
We'll
got
get there.
1,000. No, I got 250.
No, but imagine you take stuff from the past, people collecting the present. It's worth so much money. It's probably gonna get blown up anyways.
What a genius.
Well, so he'll tell you where to meet him. He'll tell
Don't
you
talk to rocks.
where the observatory is, and he'll tell you where he will be at.
And are you going to be able to observe us while we're on this mission?
We are going to the observatory.
To an extent, yes. Not all the time, but
It's just,
a decent bit.
Good to know.
Well,
The observatory.
so I
No, no.
understand that
Observatory.
Our money from the future would be oddly minted. But would it still be good here?
Gold is still gold. They might question it being in such small sizes, but they would end up
Cyclops
taking it.
coins are bigger.
Well,
He,
I mean-
Well, the problem is
So-
that
so you
coins
have,
are sized
you know-
based on how their intrinsic value. So
And we're talking about differences in civilizations that
right.
never
So like
interacted.
basically what I'm asking is what's the conversion rate?
How many little boys equal a big boy?
yeah,
So,
I think Mitch actually has a
all
great
of
Well,
this
he's
amount of
trying
time.
to tell us.
No, I'm trying to distract him.
yeah.
Fine.
So if this is your gold coin, he pulls out a coin about yay big. And it
So
says this
he,
is
as not the largest of large size, still goes like $50.
basically, for simplicity's sake, platinum piece, gold piece.
Oh, so our gold is a 10th.
Yes.
So,
So their gold pieces are, because gold is still gold, they are literally just using in platinum pieces, but things will still cost the same price. So if you want to buy
Pay by
something here,
weight.
yeah,
It's weird that two civilizations, thousands of years apart, with the same value on different products.
they were human civilizations in this era, even if they didn't deal with them the
That
most.
kept them no, like
The price of gold hasn't fluctuated in thousands of
no
years.
inflation.
Zero
No inflation in
We
10,000
talked about how
years.
Pathfinder doesn't have inflation,
What?
For
how
10,000
you can't
years.
flood the market even though it's
No
technically
wonder
flooded
the
all the
anarchy
time.
is bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
So is their economy.
Brock, I need more realism in my games of Pathfinder.
When I'm making make-believe Brock, I need more realism.
Listen,
No, I want products to be purchased.
I can't wrap my
using
head
these
around
giant
a world
coins.
where the economy doesn't have a fluctuating market. Like this,
Yeah.
this stuff just I can't.
We
Maybe
need
this way, items price will fluctuate. Gold is still gold, assholes.
Just like
But even today, Brock, the price of gold fluctuates. There's
I
like a
don't-
whole.
I don't give a crap because that fluctuates by the hour. I've seen it before. I'm not going based off of this, alright?
But there's also like huge trends throughout like centuries.
I
about
mean,
how much
yes.
gold has been worth.
this lack
Yes.
of realism is really, really bringing down my flight of fancy here.
Yeah, my fantasy game is not complete without realism.
I'm sorry, I don't have realism in this one aspect, you jerks.
If I stab somebody in the eye, they should immediately die. Regardless of my skill level versus theirs.
So this was highly.
We've talked about this.
This was a highly
Things
entertaining
should be
aside.
perfectly real. I say as I have a sentient sword in my pocket that has a magical bonus to whether or not it hits or not.
Right? Is your pocket, does it turn into a pen if you put a cap on it?
So you're walking
Didn't
in.
Percy?
No,
Same
I
thing.
didn't take that. I didn't take that specialization.
That would be
I was
tough.
thinking about it.
Be Percy Jackson.
The fountain pen of youth.
Just
I mean, Percy Jackson walks into a battle with a wristwatch and a fountain pen.
So is he gonna draw on a map before the observatory is for us?
I will describe to you the observatory.
Okay.
So, when you guys eventually get to the observatory, it is a tower to an extent. It does have a nice round base that is a one-story building that leads up to a tower. A lot of these buildings like this are open, with pillars and stuff on the outside, things you can walk in and walk around and see. The observatory itself does specifically have openings in all over the ceiling to look up into the sky. When you get to the middle, it does go up into a higher room that is the observatory itself. When you're up in here, this is where you'll find Shujin, basically meditating in the center. But it will be
I need one more derailment. I just need to know how much an item of tongues would cost. Just one. The same price as permanent seeing 4 of them.
doesn't surprise me.
I'm like, that's fucking gross. It's 30 grand for a permanency tongues.
Because the price
I mean, for
of
a-
making
an item tongues.
item continuous.
It's insane. It's spell level times caster level times 2,000.
so.
Not the point.
Are we challenged on our way inside?
No. You, at this point, basically are seen as second-class citizens. You are still people. You are still considered citizens. I mean, no people aren't checking your verification because, yeah, that's just not a thing.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to stop and talk to you.
They wouldn't want to do that either.
Waste their time on
Oh no, but like, are we not like walking into the observatory itself?
No,
Like, there's
this
no-
is considered a public place.
Oh, okay.
This is where he basically works and where he can be
I also
visited.
imagine that we are clearly the property of somebody important inside. And they shouldn't get in the way because we are.
You
returning
are
our
wearing
masters.
garbs that show yourselves as being free citizens,
Oh, damn.
which is why people are just kicking rocks and spitting at you or giving you
Oh,
funny
because
looks.
if we were property, then we would never want to risk damaging us.
If property, you might actually be stopped and said, "Where's your owner?" type of thing.
Yeah, but
Are
nobody
they-
would dare to damage the property of somebody else. That's a crime.
Are
That's
they
fair.
making
But
attack
free
rolls to
citizens,
see if
fuck
they can
that.
already see the rocks?
No, because they're not being kicked at you. They're just being kicked. They're not being kicked to hurt you. Just being kicked at you.
Nils just entertains himself.
All right,
It's
making a
like-
spectacle of actively dodging these rocks that are thrown at
That's what he's
you.
trying to.
Nils just kind of like,
Check out that one actually. What's that? That's rude.
I want to see
Not
what was
that
it? Irnadara.
Oh,
has-
someone kicks a rock. He's just.
Kicks him right in
Like
the-
arrow.
Oh!
Well, I was like, they're slicing out the air.
It's a pebble this big.
No, because of it, it actually splits. One hits Nils, one hits.
it's just like, ow.
See, if you had told me they were going to be throwing rocks and spitting at us, I would have totally been the air kineticist.
Just had an air barrier.
So we're at the observatory.
The scarier part is the goblin.
Can
The
I tell us
idea
the
of,
most
like,
important
trope
part
of
of
your
your
campaigns, Brock.
Well, that's
No,
like-
I'm not. I haven't told you the most important or coolest parts because we're not there yet. Go figure.
But you just told us about the rocks and the spitting.
So,
If that's the coolest part of my campaign, I don't even know what to think.
So, we made it there. We'll make our way up to top.
You make it up top,
Making my
and
way up top.
there actually, when you come into the observatory itself, there's actually is incense in the room. It makes the room a little foggy, but to the point where you can still see. So like you can see a silhouette of a cyclops meditating in the center of the room, basically on a little seat that kind of looks like a stool.
Well,
And basically, after you all enter and basically can identify him, you kind of just hear a voice, a not, I want to say echoing in the room, but not like a loud echo. Oh, welcome. What brings you here? Do you wish to have some insight bestowed upon you?
Hello, my name is Cassandra. We were sent here to talk to you.
Sulligan.
Looks like he turns around, even though it looked like he was already facing you.
Shujin, I presume?
Yes.
Core will bow deeply.
I'll put my hand down after this extended amount of time.
You also realize he's like 50 feet away from you as he gets up and walks towards you.
He wasn't where he thought he was.
Oh, well now I'll put my hand out and say hi, Cassandra.
Niels is gonna join, just kind of like
Hello.
It's like
Where's Neville? It's like this.
Wasn't Neville a tiny sized creature compared to you, medium? So it's not quite.
At least, yeah.
House cats are regulated to small.
Or
Yeah, for sure they're small.
They're the bottom and they're small.
Oh,
Which is kind of weird, but yeah.
A kitten would probably be tiny though.
For sure.
Because only tiny is diminutive, which is in between a fly and whatever a tiny is. So there's definitely something between a fly and a cat
Yeah.
or a kitten.
Right.
So
Yes. Amoka had, or slogan, no, gosh dang it.
Sullivan, okay.
He would, detail I totally gleamed over, he would have told you that he did not use his actual name,
Oh,
and he would have told you what that was.
we would have said the code name.
Yes. That was the whole point of him not
We would've said
interacting,
the
being there, because,
We said the password.
yes. I just realized I totally
we
forgot
said
about
the
that detail.
appropriate name instead of
Yes.
Is the password?
No. Stop it.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
What? That's the
1, 2,
combo
3,
an
4,
idiot
5.
would have on their
This
luggage.
one's only 4.
Remind me to change the combo of my luggage.
I guess it completes off 1, 2, 3, 4, and I type 5 anyways. That's weird.
5, 6 exclamation point.
Smiley face. Can you use emojis and passwords?
Or if you do the colon and parentheses, maybe.
No, the actual emoji itself.
No,
Not yet.
emojis.
Not yet.
Just emoticons.
That's fair. Yes. Yeah, let us still talk a little more privately.
No, we don't
That
want
would be
'cause As
satisfactory.
soon as you allow them to have emojis and passwords, eventually there will be a day where there will be mandatory emojis and passwords, and I'm not ready for that.
Have you seen the text that makes an emoji? If you use an emoji from your phone in a place where emojis don't exist, they'll translate back into text. You have a really fucking secure password.
Yeah. Having to like re-enter all of that.
It's a solid like
Yeah.
10 to 20 characters per emoji.
Be like
Yeah.
bracket. Something, 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 bracket.
Symbols and combo of symbol and letters. You can put a smiley face emoji and no one would ever guess your password.
That's fair. So, I'm guessing you are here in regards to the expansion downward.
Yes.
Yes.
How to stop
Indeed.
I have put lots of thought into this, and he mentioned it might be humans or humanoids who are involved in help, which actually surprisingly didn't complicate things a bit, but actually in a way made things arguably easier. But the point being, they, from what I foresee, will bring madness to Logan if they reach and if they if they reach too far down and stay there. One of the things that I would like to do is prevent that, because that just obviously sounds like a bad idea. However, those up top did not get the same visions, or so they claimed. So they ignored our cries. What I had thought to do would be, some could call it heretical, but I deem it necessary. When they reach down too far, they do not find things, they find things that are not just the serpent folk, but there are greater ancient evils that lie down there,
Like
and those who
Balrog.
follow them.
Like a mythical tier 6 ghoul?
Yeah.
I don't think that would exist.
They never put an age on the immortal undead.
I
that is
mean,
that
okay.
ghoul.
We'll pretend that doesn't exist, because different place anyway.
Is the Darkland dungeoneering or is it something else?
Just still geography. It's still the earth.
Oh, to go about the
Darklands.
Darklands, yeah.
That's
Just like
totally
what is the
geography.
Darklands, yeah.
Basic knowledge other than that there is a Darkland.
Knowledge
Yeah.
local.
I got 31 geography. What does Maldrick know about the dark space?
So,
space?
from what you know of modern day Darklands,
Don't go there.
basically, what he basically implies is it's worse in this era. Also, he doesn't realize you guys are from a different era, so he kind of just describes things in a different way. And basically,
so
what
I
you
will
know with that
round it
knowledge
out.
roll, you basically realize things that should be like in like the third or so floor are in like the first floor. type of thing.
So, what is the current? It has been too long since I kept up to date with the Darklands. What is the current status of the Drow?
Drow are beings who live under the Serpent Folk Empire.
Drow shouldn't be here yet.
Is that actually how that would be?
Yeah, because Drow were created when the elves
Oh,
were
right.
reacting to Earthfall. Some elves left Galarian, then other elves decided to
That's
escape.
true, because like Durgars were the ones who stayed down below and
Yeah,
didn't do the
basically
quest for
same
the
thing with
sky.
elves.
Yeah,
The
that's
elves
right.
went down into the dark.
So no Duragar right now.
No
There are
Durgar,
no
no Drow,
Drow.
no the gnome dudes, the silver.
Funny story.
Where's Nevlin?
Nevlin's, yeah.
The Janine that are the elves that I came from were the other half of the elves that stayed on Galarian. They also went down, but they also realized that
Down was bad.
to go down was bad, and so they just traveled. And one of them had a vision of a silver tree
With the
that would
dragon.
one day save them. And as they continued, they ended up finding, I think it was mithril deposits that looked a lot like
A silver tree.
that looked a lot like tree roots. They followed that up to what is now current day Janine, in the middle of Tianjia.
That's super cool.
So,
No, he will describe things being past or near the Serpent Folk Empire.
We're talking about like what? How bad is it? I mean, I've only heard rumors of, at least from what I rolled for Maldrick and what I also can remember. Maldrick really knows it's like hella Drow, Duragar, all the other boring races. The lower levels are like chambers of things you don't ever want to like hope you're in the same vicinity of a country, of maybe even in the continent.
So, from what you know with a 31 about the Darklands in modern day,
scary shit.
so let me specifically go
Because
so
for
I
our
don't
campaign,
misquote things.
when we were co-DMing, I looked into the Darklands quite a bit.
Oh, we used to, yeah. It was.
Those chambers, no.
I mean, essentially what happened is that after
There it is.
Earthfall, like the dwarves and the elves ended up pushing everything that was down deeper. So now,
Yes,
they haven't been pushed down deeper yet.
basically.
So all the things that there's like half a dozen of or so in secluded chambers are now just like, oh yeah, we exist in hundreds.
So
Thousands, basically, yeah.
Because there are 3 layers of the Darklands. In the first one are where the Duragar, Troglodytes, the Duro, I want to say the Drow are actually in the layer below. They are. primarily.
They need a whole layer to themselves to do stupid shit.
Yeah. So that's the first layer. The second layer has got like Grimlocks. That's what the ghouls are.
Yeah.
Aboleth Thrall, Scums, Marlocks, Serpent Folk that still exist.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvan,
Silverneblin.
How the crap you say
That's
that?
why it's just
Silverneblin, and the Drow.
Silverneblin.
Below that, for what you know of, are where the Neothelids are. Neolithids. Intellect Devourers, Gore Weavers, Umbral Dragons.
Stupid.
Yes.
That's what we fought in Iron Gods, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're fucking
They were
brains
dumb.
with 4 legs that just jump through your nose.
They were a dumb
4 ears.
creature.
Oh yeah, they go inside of you through your orifices, and then they replace your brain and go like.
And they become
arm,
you.
leg,
And then
leg.
if you fight them, you kill the creature that hosts them, and then you fight them because they pop out around later.
But they're dazed for a while.
Days.
Mhm.
But
it's
they still.
it's basically like, hey, I'm an intellect devourer, but also character sheet is in front of
Intellect Devourer.
an intellect devourer. So it's full character sheet, full capabilities, what they were doing when they were alive, because they devoured your intellect.
So
Full hit
essentially,
points.
because they only went down as it was described into Ragnarok, which is what they called the first layer, which was Narvoth, as you know it.
Mhm. But what is the third layer as I know it?
The third layers you know are where the Neothelids, Intellect Devourers, Gore Weavers, Umbral Dragons, sort of things.
I'm looking for something scarier than all of those.
Those are basically the things you know of being down in Orv, besides the vaults.
Yeah.
The vaults are things of 31 doesn't know. 31 says, I know of vaults. I don't know what hides in vaults.
See, yeah, vaults.
Let's just say him basically describing it in the first layer. Not only are the Serpent Folk Empire,
Yeah, so they're full power.
and
But I'm you know, at least for Baldric and I'm gonna correlate the Serpent Folk to the Drow. Like, as far as, like, threat level.
Serpent Folk. Oh, okay, I can see why you say that.
The Drow have done some scary shit for power.
Serpent Folk are pretty nasty just of themselves. But
Yeah, the Drow have been doing some questionable things for far too long.
that's fair. I mean,
Like,
let's just say
should we just take that person and kind of beat them against a spider until they're something else? A Drow spider?
Drider.
I know what they are.
Austin, it's called Drider.
I know.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I built one.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh, I
roll.
thought it was gonna be
Oh,
called
that's true. You
Sound.
did. That's fine.
A sow.
So in the first layer,
Spout.
there are the Serpent Folk, there are the Neothelids, there are Umbral Dragons, for example, and other things just in the same region. And Cyclops are just kind of going down there and just fighting some things and just mostly taking on the Serpent Folk because this is the earlier
I'm trying to-
stages of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And-
suss out what I think could cause them to bring back bad juju.
But
Because that
why?
like Serpent Folk would do it.
Oh.
'Cause we've never heard of anything in our time.
So he would have told you what sort of things caused them to go into madness.
Intellect Powers and Mind Flayers.
Followers and gain taint from things like elder gods and those sort of things that cause them to actually go mad.
Switch you boys.
Serpent
Too
folk
bad
are
that we're
part
using
of
good
the
versions
followers.
of insanity and not the Pathfinder version of insanity.
Well, over long term going mad, not actual just boom insanity.
Because that's just sad.
Okay, yeah, because that's kind of sad.
DC 14 to 20.
Yeah,
We'll check.
I know we're doing
You make a
every
new
week.
check every week.
it's like these rules are pathetic.
It was in Carrying Crown until you realized, like, no.
Eventually, I'll roll 15 and get through the toughest one.
Yeah, at this level with a okay fort save, or with a kind of sad will save. To be fair.
No, someone would just cast the wisdom buff on you and you'd have a 14, so then you'd have a 7. And you have 12, 13.
Oh, you mean Owl's wisdom?
That one. Because you have spells, so we can help you.
Depending on who you ask for, because the Owl's Wisdom doesn't maintain the entirety of the week. Like, it would have
Not the point.
Or
Point
you
being,
borrow somebody's wisdom headband,
Yeah,
you
that's-
cast bless all the time, like, it literally doesn't matter. It's also it'd be treatments of these things.
that's true.
So you can do whatever you want.
But basically, as he puts it, the Serpent Folk follow dark powers with their magics that they have honed in on. Also, based off how he describes Serpent Folk, they're tougher than what you know them as.
They're premise.
Serpent Folk actually have some cool lore and stuff.
Are
to
they
them.
local or dungeoneering?
They are
Local.
monstrous humanoids.
Oh, cool.
So both Cassandra
No.
and Vernon don't know much
Nature.
about them.
They move monstrous humanoids to
I
nature.
don't want to say they're monstrous humanoids. I think they are.
Because monstrous humanoids
Yeah, they
used
are
to be
monstrous
local.
humanoids.
and
Got you
move
would
to
be
nature.
local, and these would be.
Yeah, so it would be nature.
Yeah, it's nature.
So you
Hey,
can roll.
hey, I'm helping again. That's a 12 on the die, plus a 16. 28, my guy. What do I
You
know
know.
about our?
You basically know everything about Serperfolk, which is very convenient. So Serperfolk, as you know, as the base of themselves, they have some.
Oh, and I will pose this to him like, hey, I've heard they're like this.
So basically, you know
Yeah,
Serperfolk
me.
as just having some spelling abilities like disguise self, ventriloquism, like once a day, blur, suggestion.
From what I know, they're good at. They survive in the Darklands by hiding.
Yes,
They are now more of the crafty, cunning snakes
they
that
are
we know.
dex based.
You imagine like any snakes throughout like history or
much more
mythology like
crafty, they're
that.
smart. They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
have poison on their bites, but whatever. And
Sneaky sex.
they do have a
Snake,
pursuit
snake, snake.
of knowledge and magic as being the highest goal, partly for survival, partly to rekindle themselves, as some might put it. Basically, in regards to like legends of Serpentfolk Empire, which you're realizing you're literally
In the
above,
legend.
but now is a thing.
Are they more like physically lizard folk?
So, you basically describe that, but you know of other lizard folk. Like, you know there are the degenerate
Serpent
lizard
folk.
folk, which are
Serpent
like the
folk.
ones you would find above ground who are just strength based, just serpent folk. Ones you would probably think of when you think of like just kind of strengthy human anthropomorphic serpent creatures,
Okay.
where they are kind of just beat
So
sticks.
they are basically so
So you know of serpent
there
folk.
are the serpent folk that are like the crafty, cunning, hide and ambush.
Those are the ones you typically find underground.
And then there are lizard folk.
Degenerates, who you would find above ground. that you
Are
would
they're
typically
kind of like
find.
lizard folks where they're just like big reptilian, i.e.
Those are considered degenerate serpent folks.
Okay.
Hold on, Tanger.
And then
These
you
are kind of
also
hybrid.
know there are reclaimer, who are the ones who more closely resemble what they used to be.
Kind of.
No.
No.
Serpent folk you know of had a grand empire where apparently they were famed to be the masters of magic, arcane and divine, who pioneered it. And the reclaimers are the ones who kind of are closer to being back at that, where they actually have psionic spells and abilities,
That's
where they are tougher, they are even more cunning. Even
so they are the cunning, clever snake, plus the beefy, brawny lizard folk into some super.
But they aren't still beefy. There's still the cunning, who also have a bunch of magic to supplement them and complement them.
Oh, so they're super snakes.
Yes. Basically, he will
Danger noodles.
describe, and so basically you say, I know this is serpent folk. And he's like, I've never heard of serpent folk being that pathetic. Serpent folk are like this. And he basically describes reclaimers, but stronger. And that's their common folk.
But they're
Just like how-
normally casters. They're magic focused.
Magic focused with martial abilities, yes.
Fuck, if only we had a mana battery that sucked away 3 caster levels. Damn. That would have been so convenient.
That'd been gnarly.
So we have a third
Hey,
mana battery.
Guys, I know
No.
you use mana batteries.
Yeah, it's alright.
I know you guys use
Yeah,
magic,
yeah.
so here, it's a magic
I'm
artifact.
not gonna let you guys have to remake your character.
Alright,
on
now
that.
beat you to death. The
Oh,
Cyclops go.
I did think of that. No, so he basically describes them as having, basically heightened psychic magic, that can be able to do great and terrible things if they are more powerful. Even their common folk. It basically draws a comparison of how Cyclops are strong, beefy creatures with a lot of them when they get trained can learn to use their foresight better and have some magic abilities with them. Serpent folk are naturally magical, and have their cunningness to complement it. I saw that. So basically, what you know of reclaimers is they have their psychic energy pool, which I don't know if you've ever looked at the universal monster rules for that stuff. So basically, there's some monsters who have psychic magic or it's psionic magic,
And they have a pool, and they just say like.
Basically, they have
Is it like
XPE.
the pool that Brandon gave you, or just like here's a pool, you can spend it on 2 points here, 2
To
points
an
here.
extent. What it is they'll have a list of abilities that takes so much PE psychic energy,
Mhm.
and based off how many points, basically works as spell level to determine DC. And they're basically spells that replicate spells that they just have a pool of points that they just put into which spells of the list they feel like that they can cast. So normal Serpent Folk Reclaimers, who even with that check you still know enough to know all of it, can do things like anticipate thoughts, command, hypnosis, suggestion, call spirits,
Okay.
and they have their pool points a day. And so usually they're more crafty, manipulative creatures. He basically, based off his descriptions, can do that kind of stuff and some more. So it's kind of a watered down version of them because
Do I know about how tough can I estimate a CR for a single reclaimer?
you could easily take one on as long as it didn't just get you with one of its
How
spells.
many would be rough for our party? How many reclaimers would have to go against the 4 of us? And mind
6,
you,
8.
I know very little about these two, but I'm
Assuming they are
they're
your
on our
strength.
level.
In numbers alone, based off of like strength, 6, 8, you probably could take on, but it would be a pain.
So I'm gonna go ahead and estimate that we take on 3 to 4 of these guys at a time. Before bad shit happens.
Or at least to start with.
Yeah. Because as I know it right now, the strongest variants of the snakes are they're normal guys. So do they have? So you mentioned that those are the common folk.
I mean, to the same extent of how Cyclops are the common folk here, yeah.
Yeah.
So when
Their base is a CR blank instead of a CR 1/4.
basically a Cyclops, once it gets next to a Serpent Folk, basically it's considered more or less an even fight. Like if a Serpent Folk could like keep its distance, like just kind of fling some
It would
spells
have
at
the
it,
advantage
manipulate it.
like that.
But as soon as a Cyclops gets to it, it's almost like, oh crap.
So close quarters, it's Cyclops game.
Which is why
Okay.
fighting down underground, where it tends to be close quarters, the
It's-
Cyclops are able to make headway.
That's
Which is part of the reason why they are venturing downward, because they can make progress down there without
So-
too much trouble.
I'll ask, why are you bothering fighting the Serpent Folk?
expansions.
Expansions.
Conquering new lands.
Golgan is
Expands
just expanding, in not just north and south, but down as well. Because it is new ventures for them and new places to be conquered. Golgan is expanding in every way it possibly can. and
So
that
if
is
we were
just
to
another
say
way.
open up the passages of the Darklands, they might find more resistance than they intended. They might give up sooner.
They might be halted and discouraged.
We're level 10. Oh. I was wondering what equivalent level gold would be.
Equivalent level gold? Yeah, you're a little behind.
Right.
I'm aware of that.
That's how far I'm behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know that. Don't worry.
Okay. Just so that you know, we're not a CR equivalent party right now.
I'm aware.
Wait, these fuckers have to build with 10 level equivalent gold.
I think so.
I did not.
No, you
I built
didn't.
with whatever gold that Robert had.
Oh, sure, you did ask me about that.
So
I-
we're okay.
I
Brandon
didn't
has-
ask about that.
No, you didn't.
Brandon has 30 grand more than us.
Well, when you guys get gold equivalent for your level, he will just get much less gold.
I'm 29 grand behind.
Yay, details. Because that's 8th
Oh,
to 10th level.
I'm just about 30 grand.
Oh, don't worry. Out of all that gold, I have 250 left.
I have 150 and I have 2.5 characters to outfit.
There's that part, yeah. Don't worry, that is considered. Especially for you, because that hurts.
It does a lot. Mainly I just want some permanency and stuff to make things a whole lot less.
Well, how many levels
You'll
of
be
druid
able
does
to get
Core
there.
have?
5.
Oh.
So, Serpent Folk, that's what they are. So, basically what he ends up kind of discussing and telling you about as he's kind of basically
Disgusting.
make sure you understand what is down
Yeah.
there, what is happening.
I am constantly apologizing for my ignorance on these serpent folk. I thought that I had intelligent sources, but clearly they were morons.
So he does not like directly say, well, of course you're second-class citizens, but it's kind of
But he's going
there's
on
that undertone of like he's not saying it, but it's kind of just in their society.
Yeah.
That's understandable. It's alright.
Of course
Of
you
kinda
wouldn't
like-
know that.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
not
drop
surprising
in a
you
subtle
don't know.
like, none of my sources were cyclopses, so how could they ever know that?
Of course, your brains are small. You have 2 eyes taking up too much space. 1 eye,
And your
much
soul
less
is
space.
smaller.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
Why
how
is
you
that
role
work?
play with a
Of course, I don't have
intelligence.
depth perception, so that's going to hinder
It's
me in
not
other
charisma.
ways. But
That's funny. They actually mentioned that in the Cyclops write-up.
What?
About how Cyclops don't have depth perception, so they just memorize the size of objects.
Yep.
oh, I think I've heard you guys talk about that.
So,
Huh?
I mean,
Sure
I don't
thing.
want to be that guy, but technically one larger eyeball would actually take up more space in your head than 2 smaller ones.
Oh,
At least when we're talking about percentage
fact
of
that I learned.
space within the skull. But
Not
your
so much
eyeballs
though.
are 1 eyeball apart.
Yeah.
The distance from here to here is the same distance as here to here,
Oh, that's weird.
and your nose at the bottom should be roughly 1 eyeball wide.
So how does people have like super wide
Everything
gaps?
changes. Or they're a mutant. Because mutations happen all the time.
Yes.
And it's a very common practice in human psychology that you never notice things that are normal.
You've talked about
That's
that.
true.
Yeah,
Because it's normal.
You can notice 10,000 things that are normal and 10 things that are odd. You go, wow, there's so many odd things, even though they're 1 in 1,000. Because they stand out. It's the same premise where you don't notice a car until you own it.
Yes.
That's
as
fair.
soon as you buy a car, you'll notice that your car is everywhere.
I'm so
I'll do that with
surprised.
like friends' cars.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Once you start to consciously think about it, a thing, you suddenly notice it more places.
Like one of my coworkers drives a white, I don't actually know the brand, a white wagon. It might be, I think it's a Subaru.
Mhm.
And I noticed that there's, right across from this street, that house like on that corner has one that's always parked there. And I remember when I first noticed that was what she drove, and I was like, she doesn't live there. No.
No. When we lived in Orinda, on the way to work, there was a Mazda 3 hatchback 2015.
Oh, I think I remember you pointing this out.
Exact same paint color. It was my car. Like if I had stopped, you'd have been like, hey, one of these cars is mine. You pick? They'd be like, no. It was on the way to my work. I was like, God damn, the world is
During your 2-minute commute.
Yes.
It was so much less time then.
Then your 4-minute commute.
5. It's 5. Well, it's actually
Depending on stoplights.
it's 6 minutes if the stoplights are mean. Hey Luna, I'm gonna touch you.
2 stoplights.
Yeah.
Anywho.
And people can stop at that straight or right lane, and they want to go straight. And I'm like, bitch, I'm behind you, want to go right. Get out of my way.
You know which channel you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the one that goes down to the CVS Park and
Mhm.
this one down to the gas station.
So, what Shujin is talking about is going down there, being one of the things about basically, yeah, opening up a path to what he thinks are neothelids down there,
Mm-hmm.
to basically just kind of introduce them as the things that are down here.
Kind of show to the Cyclops that they can't handle this, and this is a wrong place
Because
for
that would
expansion.
kick all their asses. And then kind of just maybe collapse a tunnel or so on the way to help make sure it doesn't just accidentally wander up to the surface. To kind of just, halt things for a moment and let things just settle is his idea. It's basically what you guys, he kind of talks about. Talks about he wants to find these things, mention what it is, but preventing it from getting up top. And how that would be probably the most direct way of doing that. Because that is a very smart, cunning, and powerful creature.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that a dungeoneering?
10, 11.
I want to say yes, because it is an
Okay.
I have 4 of them. I'll just roll, and I'll let you tell me what it is. Ooh, 60.
Oh, what did I copy?
It's dungeoneering. I got a
32.
36.
He
No,
beat
sorry,
me.
37.
He beat me still.
So Brock, I really hope that 13 castings of Stone Shape can get this done in a timely fashion.
To block off a passage?
Or to open a passage.
Or open? I mean, yeah, that definitely opens a passage.
I don't know how we collapse stuff. I don't have Earthquake.
He knows where explosives are.
Yay! Supplement science for spells. What a world to live in where next to nobody casts magic. I miss it.
So that's a nice picture of the gargantuan creature. And that's its name on the under it. if you
Yeah, it's
want.
a Neothelid.
Neothelid?
Yeah, the L is after the E.
Hmm.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, at least for me at least, if a plant and a purple worm had a baby.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that
Okay.
opening reminds me
Yeah.
of like an orchid.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
And purple worms just remind you of death.
So what was your roll?
I got a 37.
Ah, that is 20 above. Not by much.
So, our goal is to open up a passageway so this thing comes and eats some cyclopses and then not
It's
that
super fun,
process.
but
I
yeah.
have to open up the safe because bitches have a lot to say.
Wait, say that again?
Some of us watch.
Gotta put them in their place.
So, since you know, you basically hear that and you're like, I know everything about that gargantuan-sized aberration. It is a gargantuan-sized creature with blind sight and trace teleport within a radius of 60 feet of it.
What does that mean?
Means
It
when someone
means if
teleports, it knows where you went. If you teleport within 60 feet of it.
It was like,
Very
hey,
rude.
it went to here.
Basically, it is a tough, slimy SOB with DR cold and SR. It's got a gnarly little breath weapon with
DR
acid. Cold iron.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, DR cold iron.
Okay.
So actually, your +3 weapon doesn't care about that.
I don't know.
It's got like mind thrust,
I have
psychic
+1
crush
weapon.
abilities. It does. Hey, Austin, it has everyone's favorite mechanic of swallow whole.
Yay.
To be fair, you're not supposed to fight this thing.
To be fair, most people can swallow Mount or Colt right now. I mean, if a medium-sized creature tried to swallow a finch whole, they could probably do it.
He could.
Like, if you were determined enough, you could probably swallow a finch.
He could.
Probably.
I mean, I've watched porn. So they could probably swallow a 2-ounce finch.
I like that that's your example.
Where else are you going to see copious amounts of people swallowing things, Brandon? Okay? What other research database is there?
Hot
for
dog
me to-
eating contests?
I like the guy who goes to eat the hot dog. I did not like that.
See?
Oh, we see the entire hot dog whole come back out and
Yeah.
launch.
It's just gotta be real good about.
If you go back to this thing, it has like constant fly, at will, like charm monster, teleport, and like a quick and suggestion a few times a day.
So it has what was the second to last thing you said?
Charm monster.
Yeah, charm monster,
Only
like
at
quick
will,
and suggestion.
You just glossed over the whole like, hey, don't run away from me.
Yeah, okay.
Chomp.
Yeah, that's a thing.
To be fair, you're not supposed to be what it's focusing on.
Yeah, but worst case scenario, one of us trips.
No, but all we have to do is
Don't
go
be the
in
one who trips.
and, have it chase us to some way. This sounds like a terrible idea. Says Mitch.
Don't worry, if we go back, all we have to do is go back in time and stop you from agreeing to do this.
That is a weird thing that I've thought about, and how interesting that could get if you
If
had to
we
undo
ever-
something you did because it had yeah, that might happen later. We'll see.
Yep. If we die, we're like, hey, by the way, we're you. Don't do this thing at this point.
I want to see there's just like we had 12 squads of us. Okay, now let's go.
That's where time travel gets weird, and we're not going there.
Yeah, this
No,
would be a
it's-
whole lot easier if we had another party.
It's
of
us. It's
so
us in
I
the
think we
future
should
from the
go
future
grab-
Is
saying,
this like
hey,
the doppelgangers where it doesn't matter who
30
dies?
seconds in, don't cast that spell, cast this one. Another party shows up. No. 36 seconds in, you do this thing to that thing. Another party shows up. No. 12 seconds in.
No, this is more like red versus blue, where there's that point where
Oh,
church
fuck.
keeps trying to do shit.
Church, stop.
This is my fear of bringing in this concept.
Just let me hold the sniper rifle.
But wait, which church was the first one who wanted to go do this?
No one remembers anymore.
He's mad now.
Yes, I think it was church. It was church, right?
I mean, it wasn't Church the one who fell in love with AI? The tank?
No, that was
It
Caboose.
Caboose fell in love with the tank.
Yeah, church just is an AI now.
Yeah.
So,
Remember as Blue was great. My cousin's on the first DVD.
I mean, it's either that or you find an Umbro dragon down there.
Down as fuck. Let's go.
This isn't
last-
like the one Squee
The
talked
last
to.
Umbral Dragon I engaged with, we had a civilized conversation. Let's fucking do this.
That's probably not gonna happen.
The weirdness is it's the same one. And now this character's the reason
That
it
one
came
was
to the
not
surface.
old enough to be this one.
Yeah, because time travel, Brock.
Shut up. This is my fear of doing this in this campaign.
You just gave Austin time travel. You're not to say no a lot.
Yes. You do not have access to time travel.
Don't ever give it to
I
me.
mean, it
I'm
sounds
aware.
like we do have access to time travel.
No,
We don't
you are
have
with
access-
someone who has access to time
What if
travel.
I
have
can
access
convince
to
him
him?
that it's a good idea?
Austin, this is like making you the rogue trader in a Warhammer game. This is why you don't give the players the rogue
But
trader.
it's so much fun.
There's a whole campaign setting for that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you don't usually play it. How about that?
There's a reason that when you play DM, still plays Rogue Trader.
Yes.
I
That's
think
why-
down is fun for Rogue Trader.
I mean, yes, you just don't get to be the rogue trader.
I'd still be down to
Oh, yeah.
play that book.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
I'm on. As much as I would like to do some stupid shit being a rogue trader, I'm on board with no players allowed to be the trader itself.
We could always be Space Marines and see how that goes.
On the
I
rogue
burped
trader
and tasted
ship.
like pot stickers.
You what?
I burped
Oh,
and it tasted like pot stickers.
that makes
Huh.
sense.
Weird flex, but okay.
Don't touch my pot stickers, man.
Not touching your pot stickers, man.
Petition the block is
I mean,
pot
honestly, it's
stickers.
Okay, I'm
Space
totally
Marines.
touching your pot stickers because that's a movie pot
I can tell
sticker.
you right now, it's crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. No, he plays a Chaos Psycho. I wasn't a Space Marine. We didn't play it for long enough for me to get crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 6 pounds of chicken corn on
And
blue.
so, and not only was I a Chaos Space Marine at the time, I was a Chaos Space Marine that got altered by the warp to be 100% mechanical.
Solid.
So I was a robot.
Sounds like Austin's dream.
What?
Being a mechanical
Huh?
Space Marine.
No,
I
Rubric
was a
Marine?
space,
No, those are the,
candidates.
those are guys that are just hollow.
No, like you were a Space Marine.
Mine was
who
just
through warp
an
became
alpha,
mechanical.
an alpha
Take
Marine
away the warp.
Okay.
that had
Put in,
gotten,
I was allowed
that had
to.
just done the warp had fucked him up, and he became
Spencer,
entirely robotic.
Tech priests that are also space marines, they're librarians?
Tech Marines.
Tech marines.
Mhm.
I played that.
So it's just a thing.
Yes,
Librarians are your librarians are psyker Marines.
that's what it is.
No, I want to be a librarian.
So I played the Tech Marine when Ben ran Joe, his current girlfriend Naomi, and I through
Yeah.
a Space Marine campaign. I was a Tech Marine
Is that the jetpacks and hammer?
because I had a jetpack and I had a force hammer, I think it was.
Yeah, it would have to be.
That was a primal hammer?
Nothing
Or
else.
primitive hammer?
No, it was a Tech hammer.
No, primitive hammer.
That would
No, and I said no, it was a Tech hammer.
that would break
No.
after
One of my-
one hit.
Another one of my favorite moments came from that game where we were all Chaos Space Marines because it started by us in the warp, and that's actually how I got to be how like, we didn't know how we got there. Like the warp had messed with our minds so much we didn't know how we got there. What we did know is that there were 4 trials set before us. One for each of the Chaos Gods, and we had to go succeed in those trials, and then we'd be able to go back. And so there were like 5 of us, so one of us doubled up on one, we just kind of split off. I was in the team that doubled up, and as we were walking, I was pretty much describing everything, and then at one point he's like, okay, hold on, at this point, I'm going to need to talk to you each separately. So he takes the other person, goes off, and they're gone for like 15 minutes. And it's like, oh god, what are they talking about? I don't know how it could be so different. He comes back, he's like, alright, I need to talk to you, Mitch. And we go, we walk to the same place, and he goes, okay, so you walk into an area, and like out in the distance, you kind of see something really small, fairly insignificant. As you get closer, you realize that it is a girl who is like chained to the ground and can't move. That's it. Go back. And we're just like, I'm just like, what? Like, yeah, no, that's it. And so we come back like a minute later. The other guy's like, what the fuck? And so we're walking at this point. We just have to role play it out. And I'm like, I turn to him and I go, so who do you think that is? And he's like, who do you think what is? There's a giant fucking castle. I don't even know how the fuck it showed up here. How did we get here? I'm like, no, right over there. There's a girl chained. We walk over, Like, well, I walk over because he still doesn't have any idea what's going on, and I go, "Hey, so who are you exactly? Why are you chained to the ground?" She just looks at me and is like, "Can you see me?" Like, yeah. Well, then free me. I cut the chains loose. Turns out this was the trial of Zinch. You're supposed to navigate your way through an illusory castle and find your way down to this point. But since I had just been turned 100% robotic,
Oh.
I didn't have a mind for it to work on.
Does not compute.
I think
I don't get it.
That's awkward.
I love how they handle stuff. But I think my favorite was reading the Night Stalker's book. They're having a conversation with another Chaos warband.
We should get back to D&D right quick. I think we've been having sidetracked for more
true.
sessions than we've played.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, so far we've gone back in time and found out we have to go to the Underdark, and that, what time was it? 9 o'clock?
9?
It's 8:30.
8:30.
That took us 2.5 hours
Did.
to go back in time and find out our mission.
It's true.
Oh, so all we have to do is go downstairs and open up a hole from that thing to those guys.
How do we get explosives for collapsing things?
Those we would have to take.
Do we have someone who has permission to take them? I'm imagining that we don't have permission.
Nope. I did say initially some would consider this to be arguably heretical, but
We're saving people.
the ends justify the means.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of hereticate.
By Austin, can I have some
You
chicken?
just start using the word heresy when you're in a group who play Warhammer. Heresy.
So, perfect.
There is an armory nearby where those could be acquired from. And then from there within the city, we can go to the hole that leads down to Ragnarok.
What happened to it? It's in the hole. What do you mean? Fell in the hole? What hole? Not that. It's a hole. What do you mean?
Ah,
Oh.
where'd that come from? I don't know.
A bunch of cyclops just walk by with shovels. Yeah, where did that come from? Kids choose.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I remember the soup
No,
store
nothing
from
goes.
Because
I'm at the soup store.
Have you seen the picture of the clothing store named Soup?
No.
There's a real clothing store that's named Soup now.
That's amazing. I didn't
Yeah.
So,
In that case, Nelson's going to be like, do you have someone that can help us procure the explosives, or do you need us to steal them?
Yes,
I would not be able to directly do this.
Excellent.
Not initially, at least. I would need to be there to afterwards preach of how this is a sign to not do it.
Propaganda.
Perfect.
Essentially, yes. It's a very
I like
powerful
it.
thing.
I appreciate your style, sir. Perfect. Well, I suppose we should go and first scout out how we're going to steal some explosives.
It's something our pretty should have done in a while ago. We really need an extra dimensional space. I feel that would have been really handy if we had like a bag of holding, Maldry could have on his person and then be in bird form and then go in there, put it on the bag of holding, and then bird form and then back out.
That bird would be carrying a very big bag.
The bag wouldn't exist as soon as it turned into a bird. Wild shape's dumb.
That's how that works.
All gear.
All gear goes into a special wild space.
Uh-huh.
As soon as he becomes gripply, he's holding a real big, real heavy bag.
Depends on how much explosives.
Enough to collapse a big cyclops-sized cave.
So like 5 pounds?
You could
I
grip
mean-
it by the husk.
Dynamite's pretty fucking powerful.
I guess I was picturing more like big old part of the corridor.
That thing had a burrow speed, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
That was just Sriracha that went down the.
Wrong pipe.
Someone is not happy.
No, there's no burrow speed.
Oh. Cool.
But it's more about just temporarily halting the cyclops advance and basically using that as a safeguard when they realize what sort of other things are down there.
Because the idea is release the thing upon the cyclops. Once it gets too bad, collapse the tunnel, sealing it off, and you're like, yep, that's a sign. We shouldn't do this. That thing is scary, but also thank the gods and our future sight that it was sealed in.
More than less, yes, that's the short end of it.
Yeah, and then hoping nobody double checked whether or not the explosives were used.
Yeah. Bless you.
Basically that.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So, for stuff such as this, yeah, explosives would be real big for people of your size, seeing how some of the explosives might be almost as big as some of you. Maybe not quite,
I
though.
want you to understand how big my explosive that is.
They're Cyclops-sized explosives.
And humans use sticks of dynamite.
I mean, I don't know if dynamite is quite the
I feel like we're
thing
using
in Pathfinder, but I was
we're using
thinking,
powder barrels.
I was picturing like powder kegs.
Pretty
Like,
sure dynamite is just gunpowder wrapped in paper.
And it needs some extra bandage.
I mean, if it's something, whatever turns into whatever nitroglycerin is made from, if you just let it sit for like 100 years. Dynamite eventually creates nitroglycerin. Fun fact. Yeah. So old mining sites that have had stuff left in them are super hazardous because a box of dynamite might have actually started to. I think it's like they call it sweat.
Yeah.
Because the chemicals plus water equals nitroglycerin on the outside. And if nitroglycerin is an amount of force,
yeah.
so if you have a box of dynamite and you put it in your truck to transport it to a safe place, you, the truck, and the surrounding like couple 100 feet, boom.
It's not good.
I learned that from movies and then double check through the internet, so don't have me 100%, but like give me like 70% confidence here.
Just don't touch old explosives.
Sounds believable enough to me.
I do know for a fact that all explosives are a no-go.
Berlin's great that way. Like almost every single year, they have to unearth something from World War II.
That's so scary.
Bomb squad gets called daily, or not daily, but like yearly. There's
Yeah.
somebody like somewhere in like Berlin. There was one in Szczecin a while back.
You're like, hey, we found a bomb that was dropped in World War II that just didn't blow up. Just sat there. What the fuck do we do? Who found it? Oh, just some farmer with his tiller that just kind of hit it a couple times with his rotor. No, don't worry about it. Oh, and he didn't blow up?
It's usually worse. It's usually in the city limits. It's usually new construction. And they're like,
That makes
Okay, what
sense.
sauce did you get?
look, I got like 2 things of it per box.
Can I steal a sauce?
Sure, you can steal a sauce.
I'm hooking the sauce.
They do hook you up with a lot of sauce there.
It is super packaged. It was a rhetorical question. I wasn't going to stop what I was doing. I've eaten the yummy of dumplings.
So does imagine we can't just walk out of there with potentially armloads or bigger of explosives.
I will say for a fact, Wild Shape does some dumb things. But
Not that dumb.
it's not a whole lot of explosives.
No. But no, I didn't think there were. But no, there's not even dynamite or anything like that in Pathfinder.
That's because they don't have gunpowder on base Pathfinder. Firearms are an extra addition.
You made something you put. There was gunpowder or that stuff in Pathfinder.
I mean, it exists. It's just very
I
rare.
mean,
And
I don't know how I
now,
give that impression.
There's C4 in Pathfinder.
When you were literally just talking about it a minute ago.
Is
I was
there-
talking about dynamite in general. We live in, 10 minutes from like one of the biggest gold mining sites, from at least non-Californians know about. The gold rush happened in Coloma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just dynamite and being in the right place.
There is C4 from
Book 2 of Iron Gods.
C4 is fucking dumb.
Or something like C4 that you guys used to blow up a satellite.
I'm pretty sure we still use dynamite in 2019
Hmm? Yeah.
for mining.
It's incredibly cost efficient and useful.
I think you measure a lot of explosions in TNT.
Megatons is that many tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We base our entire explosive science on dynamite. I mean, you can look it up online what TNT is actually made of and make a decision on whether or not TNT exists, but it doesn't exist now.
No, the point is that kind of stuff doesn't exist either way. Yeah,
So how do they blow stuff up now?
basically cates of some sort of alchemic solution.
Because it can't be gunpowder.
No.
Because gunpowder doesn't exist for like 8,000 more years.
No, I was thinking more of some sort of alchemic mixture in
I mean-
barrels.
You could go with an idea of it being, it could be like a gunpowder
Right.
substitute, seeing as how like it could be something that was lost under.
Yeah, or at least a less potent version of it.
Or an even more potent version of it. Depending on how advanced cyclopses are.
Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be a fairly advanced society, even though it was
To rival.
thousands of years in the past.
Yeah. I mean, they're not described as being technologically advanced like Absalon is, but advanced in like their craft, their skill, in somewhat of their magic, but mostly in their like foresight and insight ability that they arguably all have.
There
to
is
some
always
extent.
this.
Oh.
So I know
Oh,
we used that
goodness.
before. We could get a wand.
Fair enough.
He could give us a wand.
If he had a wand.
A wand with explosives?
Explosive room.
Oh.
Because that would be very comparable to any explosive. That's the same damage as a cannonball.
Yeah, it's like 66 or so.
Magic Claymore.
Well, at least in the armory, they have explosives down in there that could be taken for this sort of thing.
Oh wow.
Let's just ask Sullivan Amoka if he has money for a bag of holding for this mission.
Hey! Cat, stop being a butt.
You doing, Neville?
Neville's doing Neville things.
Already is.
I mean, so the point is that there are explosives available to us and that we can somehow take them.
Available. Yeah.
Do we know where to get it?
Yeah.
We just don't know how to get it.
Well, we should go
Close
get
up,
it.
Rick. We're trying to theorize a way to get it.
Well, I mean, how big is it?
I mean, for him, it would be like a small barrel that you can pick up and hold with his hand. So for you guys, yeah, like a barrel, yeah. So I mean, some of you could probably carry a couple of them, but I mean, you can't be really.
Well, if we only have to cave in one tunnel, now, I mean, how much of it are we realistically going to need?
How effective is it? Well, we'll ask him how much we'll need.
A dozen at most. Well, no, you actually quite that much. Yeah, but if you got like 10, 12, you would definitely be good to go.
So we'll set our sights on 12. Pick up a backpack on the way because it costs negligible.
That's fair.
I'll even get a masterwork backpack. I think that's what, $30?
50 popped in my head, but either way,
$50.
yeah.
I'll pay the 50 for a masterwork backpack.
Masterwork. Seems reasonable.
I can get one too, so that's 2 cakes.
I imagine you fit 2 or 3 kegs in a masterwork backpack.
I wouldn't be too surprised, yeah.
So we
else.
Grab backpacks.
Yeah, you can get stuff to help you at least carry them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll spend 50 apiece and get a backpack.
Backpack.
It also increases your strength capacity, your strength score by 1 for carrying capacity.
It's true, it does.
I imagine a backpack to be a backpack and a master backpack to be a hiking pack. With the back support and everything to help you
That's
carry
precisely what it is.
a load more appropriately.
Which makes sense why you could carry a couple of them. Also, I'll make it less suspicious.
It's good sense.
Suspicious? It's tummy? It's a tummy.
Alright, so let's go get our Masterwork backpacks.
Backpacks. Backpacks are required.
Got it.
Bing.
I'll just waltz towards the armory.
Hello, we have come to requisition explosives.
I mean, it's not entirely how that works, but I mean, close enough.
They chase us away. I
They're
was trying
They're
to-
throwing the explosives at us.
I was
What?
trying to be polite.
You wanted them? Here they are.
Draw.
Alright.
Catch.
So we have our backpacks, and now we're at the armory. Nils want to scout around the armory?
Malik will also scout.
Cassandra will chill.
Just chilling. As a 2, sir.
I rolled a 6.
As a 6.
I mean, that's a plus 12 for diminutive, so 20, 31, 37.
That was just 18 perception for Nils, like trying to check things out. He wasn't
Oh.
trying to sneak yet.
I'm sneaking. With a 37. That's 6. And then my perception's a 40.
Stop.
Welcome to size on a wisdom character. Oh.
So, the armory itself, you can see where there's a couple parts to it. They do have like their display where they actually test out, let people use. Also works as like looks like some sort of a storefront in some way. They do have their storeroom and the actual forge itself in the back. This isn't a 2-story building, but it looks like something like this there easily could be an underground where there's more stuff to it, whether it be raw materials or whatnot. Based off of his description that he gave to you of it, there will basically always be some cyclops in there, either doing work, making things, or, well, guarding the place, because there are lots of things of value in it. So, I mean, like Amoka mentioned, if you kill a few people or something like that, that's not the end of the world. As long as you somehow didn't accidentally kill some super important person, but I mean, something like this, that shouldn't be the case.
As long as they don't kill the right person.
Basically, yeah.
And if we kill the right person, go back in time to where we tell the person to not kill the person. Because stacking time travel with no repercussions.
Doesn't mean there's no repercussions.
That was a great episode.
Somebody
Sorry.
killed themselves.
O'Neill until
Oh, that was Groundhog Day? Yeah, that was a great episode.
Oh, that was hysterical.
Oh, I thought Groundhog Day was a great movie.
In the middle of my backswing!
That's gotta be a record of some sort.
Yeah, I'd say a couple, billion miles. It's probably a new record. But yeah, so the building does have multiple entrances into the storefront. Into the back part of it, it looks like there's entrances above. Looks like 2 basically chimneys, probably for the actual forges themselves.
Are they currently being used?
It looks that way, yes.
Oh. Oh yeah. I can hold my breath. I'm gonna fly in there.
It gets real hot, real fast.
Fire resist 10. Suck my ass.
It's still really hot. It doesn't hurt though.
I was like, oh yeah, I
Didn't
took
ever
fire
had
with
that
me.
or not.
Suck my ass.
You fly into the furnace and you get down a bomb and you're like, oh gosh, this is actually real toasty. You need to be careful.
Like, oh god, this is fucking gross.
It's like me at work.
And you realize you're
been
basically
better.
staying there or floating there, and you're like, oh, those are metal bars, real big for crafting. As one basically gets like set in next to the other one, so there's a couple of them. And I mean, to you, like yay wide to you, being for a weapon of some sort of large portion.
several of me fit on top of one of these.
Yes. And you realize you can see right outside, you see two cyclops, one who's clearly like the actual blacksmith himself, one's probably like a hand or an apprentice doing things. And you do see through like the doorway of it, because where he's actually working with his raw materials and stuff like that, and things that are up in here that you might need at that moment. And you do see through into the other room. It's basically like I don't want to say display, but like a storeroom where you see like armor racks, you see like weapon racks against the wall, and they actually do have normal size for you guys and their size of most things.
I imagine it's like a majority Cyclops size and like a specialized item rack
Yeah.
for those free citizens who are allowed to wield weapons.
Yes, basically.
Cool.
So they do have that kind of stuff. Most of them are large size. There's a lot of great axes, but there are other things as well. And yeah, you basically see a few Cyclops in here doing some work.
I'm gonna try and sneak out of that furnace with my plus 31. 44.
I'll go ahead and say you sneak out.
Sneaky sneak.
I'll wait while I'm sweating bullets for them to not look and fly on out.
Flying around, you can definitely see that there are maybe in total like 4, 5 Cyclops in this building. It looks like, or so. You do see one is actually like armored in the front, who is like wearing like full plate, who does like have a weapon in hand. Whether it be that those are actually his or he's actually displaying them, you can't necessarily tell at the moment. You do see that there's a big trap door in the storage part that looks like it does go down below. I mean, the trap door is not hidden. You can definitely tell that's what it is, but it's strong enough where they also just like walk over it, so it's somewhat convenient.
It's just a door to the basement that is flush with the floor.
Yeah.
It's not even a trap door.
Oh, we got a fiery pup.
Yeah,
Hosting us.
Fiery Pup is hosting us now.
Thank you, Fiery Pup.
We know fiery pup?
I know Fiery Pup.
Oh, I had a feeling.
I have a feeling.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night, baby. Ooh.
Anyways,
My little bird feet are picking up that
no,
that door.
no.
We need a 4 strength for that.
Yeah,
I mean-
10.
That's right. Okay, you're a dex base. Never mind.
Gotta do some practice.
Does anybody at this table, aside from my awakened animal companion, have a strength score
No.
higher than 10?
Nope.
Pretty sure you're 8.
Can't say that I do.
We're a dex
I
party.
mean, if,
No. 7.
my bad. I mean, multiple of you could probably pick up that door, but you'd still.
Plus 2 to 8 another.
We will only hire you if you have experience.
Confidence begets confidence. Got it.
Okay then.
Hey, Pup, how's it going?
Heyo!
Yo. So, I guess is there anything else you're looking for in there?
No, I'm gonna assume that the explosives
Thanks, gangster.
are. Yay!
Hope so.
Somebody likes this when we make loud noises.
Yeah, that's great because I know I didn't.
I know.
As the one who started it. Hey, what's up, Brooke? Brooke, you 12-16? How's it going?
Hello!
Oh, look, you came out of one of those forges, Austin.
I flew right out there. Yeah, because flying out of forges is usually a good idea.
I have a constant fear that a bat is gonna fly out of our fireplace.
So it's like that,
I mean,
except a finch.
I could kind of see why, but
I saved
So when I lived way up the fucking hill in Greenwood, my dad had a wood burning stove and we had a bat get stuck in it.
Oh,
Because the wood burning stove top, he had eventually they chewed through because they lived in our barn.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's a big deal. It's a barn. It has a big tall roof. They can hang out there all they want.
Where's my actually should
Hi,
give
Brooke.
you guys the storeroom.
But yeah, we had one that chewed through the grate of our stovetop, and climbed down and hung out in the stove because why the fuck not? It's safe and cold.
Yeah.
And we heard a noise in there one day.
We're like, how the fuck? So we just left it alone for like 2 weeks, and there wasn't one anymore.
Oh.
By the time I went to open it and hear like a squeaking noise, he was like,
time traveling.
nope.
That's what we're doing.
It goes time traveling. So like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, but like not wibbly and wobbly. It's more like just timey wimey.
Someone wants to reshape time, make a better empire, get rid of all the corruption stuff that's
So-
going on, or something like that.
My little Finch self.
And defeat a coup.
Yeah, all we're doing is messing
No, I
with
did not make that
very
the name of
important
the bad
history
guy.
for an entire campaign setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Eh.
I pop out of the furnace.
Yeah.
Where was the trapdoor?
Green box.
Green box is door trap.
In case you weren't sure, because it can't cover it up, those are.
Walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some like Flutterby, birch, door.
This is all just an elaborate strategy so we can get around having to have our characters who are immortal.
What?
He's erasing our characters. What a dirtbag.
So I'm gonna wait for like 10 whole minutes. 10 long, arduous minutes are being spent. Okay, you understand this? I'm spending all this time. You guys ate all my jelly beans?
I did
Brandon.
not.
Man, you didn't even share your gummy bears with me.
That is pretty rude, Brandon.
Okay, if you didn't share gummy bears with me, I would have been okay with it.
There we go, that's right. Two friends. That's right.
Face, you owe me some snack.
Okay.
So you wait 10 minutes.
You don't even love me.
People are just, you're able to hide. I'm not even going to ask you to roll because there's plenty of places for a little bird to hide.
Bird.
I don't know, bird.
Large cyclops-sized forge armory.
Are you sure
building.
my diminutive-sized little Finch boy can hide somewhere?
Yes, because as we've discussed, stealth is kind of silly in this game.
I
So-
mean, it is really hard to see a bird who's trying to hide from you.
Especially when it's a Finch.
Yeah, this is very true. So what's
Bye. You should. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. You should drive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it might be more important for me if you'd stayed and drove at the same time. But I mean,
Don't listen to him. Just be safe.
Risk it for the biscuit. Tell the cops we said it
We
was
don't have
okay.
any biscuits. Don't risk it. We are completely out of biscuits.
I ate them all.
You did.
There
So-
are no more biscuits.
I
You
can
wait
make
around for
biscuits.
10 minutes. People are still doing stuff. It's that time of day. Business is just going on. They're just making some things, doing some stuff. You don't end up realizing until there's like 4 or 5 cyclops here.
Okay. And nobody bothers to go to the basement storeroom?
I want to say no, not this time. No, not this time.
Okay. I'm going to sneaky snake my way back up the furnace.
Do you just have an empathetic link with Cormier?
Yeah.
Okay, so Cormier can't.
Corvinius.
Corvinius, my bad.
That's my thrush's name.
So Corvinius
get their
can't be
names straight, man.
informing
I mean,
us what's
in
going
his
on.
defense, Cormier is my character in his game. To make it extra complicated.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
I know.
And you have also
Cor is my animal companion, Cormier is my half-orc summoner from your game, and Corvinius is the thrush companion, animal companion, familiar that I have in this game. And then I go by Maltrick.
We're letting our
And
viewership
you-
down by not having biscuits. Next week, I say we have biscuits.
What do we put them with?
I
And what
can-
kind of biscuits?
I
Like biscuits you need butter and honey for? Like British biscuits?
Red Lobster biscuits.
The cheesy biscuits?
Ooh, cheesy biscuits.
Are you volunteering to make cheesy biscuits?
I mean, we can buy them in stores.
If
we
you
can make
supply the
them.
means, I will make us some legit cheesy biscuits.
Ooh, tune in next week for cheesy biscuits.
Apparently, this just became a thing.
It is. It is my. Guys, I think we just found like our own like channel tagline. Risk it for the biscuits.
If you guys risk it by following us on stream, we will make biscuits the following stream.
If we get really popular, we're gonna have a lot of biscuits every week.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Okay,
This
that
sounds
was
I'm gonna
great.
complain about
Are you
this.
upset with this factor?
No.
So, the game.
Yes.
I'm back up, and I report back to
She
you guys.
followed. Yes.
Yay!
Yes!
I think that's number 40. I think you're the big 40.
Yeah, that makes. Pretty sure that's 40. Last I checked, we were at 39 today.
Yeah. I hadn't checked today, but I think we're at 39, so you're the big 40.
Just 10 more until we hit that big 50 number.
And we are the affiliates.
Affiliates?
Yep.
There's,
You're
I mean,
the
there's
big
still
40.
a small process after that, but not too big a deal. Imagine getting to 50 followers, the last big hurdle we have.
It's the only hurdle we have.
We have met the qualifications for everything else.
All right.
Because we kind of cheat.
So
No,
once,
you don't.
It is 3 viewers per stream, average.
Yeah.
so once
It hits so many hours, but that's easy.
Dude, it's 500 hours a month. Pretty
No,
sure we hit that.
to get to
super easy.
affiliate, it was have 8 hours on your channel.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have to basically be there long to be a thing.
So once
There's partner after that.
No, I was just reading affiliate today because I was curious.
On our channel, it's not 500 hours.
So you come back.
and you report.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys that it's just a normal weapons shop.
So Cassandra says,
Or the
so
weapon shop,
if they
yeah.
have items for the small folk, we can just walk in there like we're customers. That's not sus.
Right.
And then
The storeroom had a trap door. I imagine that you could kind of shimmy some people in while the rest of us kind of hung out still.
Okay.
There's only 4 in there, and only one of them is armed.
There were,
5, you said.
I want to say
5 in there?
Okay, let me
One
double
was
check.
armed?
'Cause I said 4 or 5. Let me double check. There were 5 in total. One of them was like armed, fully.
So at the very worst,
I mean,
we
sure, there's
fight.
weapons in there everywhere, but yeah.
At the very worst, we fight 4 cyclops and somebody slightly more important than a cyclops.
And whoever rolls in off the street.
And we lock the door so nobody rolls in off the street.
Yeah, so
It's
Fair
a little
enough.
open, but
So there
Yeah.
are no doors in this entire building.
no, actually there aren't. I mean, the outside, I actually
So
didn't
then
describe
we
it.
have
The
to do
outside,
it fast enough to where the city guard don't show up and we absolutely fucking die.
because the outside does have like a bit of a courtyard. I didn't actually
So
describe
you're-
it because you went in through the.
boomsticks aren't going to be an option then.
No
Wouldn't
guns.
they?
Probably
Oh,
not.
that part.
Because that's going to draw a fuck ton of attention to one that doesn't have guns.
So something tells me we wait till tonight. And then we figure
Yeah.
out.
There are no doors. Yeah, fuck
Like,
it.
I imagine at worst they'll probably have like a roll down grate across the top.
Did I see any capabilities of locking up shop?
This part can be locked, but
But I can unlock thanks to disable device.
the front part does not lock in the same way now.
So what is
okay.
the front part?
That's basically like the display storeroom.
Oh, I thought
plus
it was,
also like a display or arguably a trading ground.
I thought that's what the.
I
armor
imagine
racks
this would be
were.
like the testing ground where you'd have like a sand pit, a patch of grass,
That's what I was picturing.
several test dummies. So you could test out the armor, its
Like those-
maneuverability.
I was
they set
picturing
up
it was
the
like
tatami
a-
rolls and shit.
Yeah, and you can see the testers of the swords.
I can't
Ooh,
picture like
that's
not
sharp knife.
quite like the wooden platform in like a dojo, but something else. I'd say
Mhm.
probably a sand pit actually would make more
Yeah, for you to
sense.
try stuff out.
We can move around, hit things. That was the idea of why it was as big as it was.
All right, well then let's just chill till night and come back.
Sure.
Unnecessary, but thank you.
If that's your guys' plan, it makes sense to me.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't want to fight the entire city guard. Because, I mean, in our time, the city guards come in like tens.
Depending on where you are, they
It's
could,
in about
yeah.
10 people, so I don't want to fight 10 cyclopses that are trained.
I mean, the most 10 at a time, as small as pair. Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like they would probably respond with pretty overwhelming force for, hey, we got something crazy going down. Like some dude's shooting fire at a weapon
Oh.
shop.
And we have explosives hidden here. Thank you.
He made it.
Okay.
Yeah. I love your setup with the screen
Oh.
on the table. Yeah, it's our gaming table.
Yeah. That was fun. I like making it.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Just TV inside table. Good stuff.
It's a whole lot easier, especially once we move to games, bigger maps.
Yeah.
Because playing fucking Warhammer on a 25 by 25 grid is like, let's not.
Oh, the grid we had was only like 22 by 22 squares on one
Yeah.
side.
So let's not.
Because it was just under 2 feet.
So let's time travel to nighttime.
Oh, look. Oh, we don't need time travel. Just wait for that.
Nope,
I
we go to
still-
Sologanamoka
I mean-
and we time travel to nighttime.
Technically, that's time travel.
I mean, for us it is.
Well, fast travel tonight. How about
There
that?
you go.
In the meantime, Nils is definitely going to look for a cyclops-sized sandwich.
Yeah, Core's with him. Let's get some sandwiches, boys.
I'm going to say something
I guess
along
getting
those
food is
lines
important.
can be acquired, yes.
Perfect.
I imagine Cyclopsian food to taste a lot like Greek.
Okay,
That seems fair.
I need
We
a
are-
hero.
Originally,
I need a hero.
food to satiate my hunger. I gotta eat now. Yeah, I gotta eat now. Bitch, I'm a fucking fat cow.
So we're just going to get one sandwich and split it, right?
Yes.
What? Eat your own sandwich. Core is a growing boy, okay? He's an anthropomorphic Spinosaurus. He needs his food.
He does need his.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, this way. It's like we can split.
Okay.
Wait, I wasn't planning on eating a whole sandwich though.
You can join us.
Okay, good.
Like we can split. He wants the big.
My
one.
plan was to split a single sandwich between all of us, so I imagine without him and
really
his
hard to
house,
hang on.
we should still be able to
I'm
split
pretty
that
fucking
same sandwich.
slippery right
We have
now.
leftovers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking slippery. Oh no.
Wait, the delay on the stream is so bad.
So,
Yeah.
does anybody else find the fact that we're thousands of years in the past to be a little uncanny?
No,
Why?
Oh, it just seems weird to me.
I mean, it's Tuesday. Or I mean,
Oh.
it was Tuesday.
One thing I would have asked Salad and Mocha before we left is
Oh, you like it?
how far until
Actually,
Earthfall? How long until Earthfall?
that's a ways away.
Oh, ways away. Okay.
That's a ways away.
Because it was the Cyclops started to fall. They were pretty much doomed by the time Earthfall happened. Like Earthfall,
Yeah.
Earthfall definitively did not end the Cyclopses.
Some would
Correct.
say that the fall began, well, started to happen at least before that.
Yeah, it
And
was,
that's kind of just
they were
the
doomed
final
race
straw.
before then. Yeah, they were doomed before.
That was the asteroid that broke the Cyclops' back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so we come in at night.
I mean, the pebble, but yeah. Well, I mean, you guys can literally just walk in.
Okay.
And you notice there are lights on in there.
There are
And-
still lights.
And it
So
sounds
I'm
like
gonna
there
fly
are
in.
metal working.
I'm gonna fly in through the furnace.
Okay.
Sneaky boy, sneaky boy, sneaky boy.
Sneaky.
Is anybody in this room?
There are people in here. You actually see two Cyclops in here, still kind of working at the forge. One guy just looks like just doing some projects, a helping hand with him. And then there's another boy who is in armor, who looks like he's kind of just doing some manual labor, moving things around.
So
And the
their
hatch
staff
is
has
open.
not gone down.
And the
despite
hatch
being in
is
the next
open.
Oh, the hatch is still open, so.
Hatch is now.
The hatch is just propped open.
I'm gonna fly down there.
So you fly down there, you find heaps of raw materials, you find even more weapons and supplies and things that they have made. That's where it also looks like there's their good stuff you can probably see.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I would say,
Can I have some lizard folk?
All the stuff in the
I don't know how many.
Four of them?
all the stuff in the sample room is
Depending on the amount of people you have on the board.
It's all tied down with lanyards.
You see three up here, and I mean,
I need to put everybody back.
they're large boys.
Hello,
if that's
back. I am Dad.
it. So you basically see like two
Welcome
guys
back,
over
Bob.
here, and one guy kind of just like in here.
I like Rook. They need this thing.
I like Fran's. Hello, Fran.
Yeah. So you dive down there, you see those things. You do see off in the corner
Oh god,
that
four
there
monkeys.
are the powder cave basically down in there.
Hello, three people.
And you do see another guy down there. Basically looks like him and the guy down there are working on just like moving things around, organizing stuff.
Okay.
So there are four in total, and him and your guy, it looks like they don't actually have weapons on them, but they do have armor on. Those two do not. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that since he's actually wearing armor.
Oh, can I go back and
To
say I would have
distinguish.
cast a shield myself before we move forward?
I mean, you still can.
I'm just scouting. You can still definitely cast shield.
Okay.
Start anything at
That'll
all.
last for 10 bits.
So two completely non-combatants, two possible combatants. We'll fly
I
back.
mean, Cyclops are still Cyclops, but yeah, I
How
see
would
what
you
you mean
name
by
any of
that.
these?
Two non-combatants.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we just ran through Skull and Shackles. Two non-combatants.
That's true.
And two possibly scary boys. I'm gonna take my little bird self and out the furnace. Come back
Okay.
and say hi.
Hi.
We came at night and we're going to either infiltrate or assault the armory to get the powder kegs. We don't know which yet.
Big bada boom. I'm gonna put on my
headband smart boys and roll some disabled the devices.
Good point. We did promise cheesy biscuits,
We did.
but that's next week.
Yeah. Does a 26 unlock the front door?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, front door's unlocked.
Thinking, how good is Cyclops at picking doors in the first place? Not that good.
So are we just charging
Also,
in?
I would say it'd be even easier for you because since the lock is so big, you have more room to MacGyver and move in. It actually becomes a lot easier when you realize that.
Oh.
The convenience of such a thing. So you're like, oh, there's so much more room to work in here.
We have so much more space for activity.
I mean, you do. Look at the size of this place.
Alright, so it's unlocked. Are we just charging in?
I'm gonna bird boy. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna bird boy, back in the furnace, back downstairs.
I'm gonna say both of them are down there at the moment.
Okay.
I'm downstairs.
I will empathy happiness to Corvinius, who will say go.
Okay.
So,
Alright, we'll head in.
first move, you just jump straight down in.
Yeah, I'm just moving down.
Well, that's what I'm asking. You just jump down in.
I know I will.
I mean, I assumed it's a ladder or something.
I mean, yes, I'm clarifying.
He's asking if
Is
your
that
action
what-
was to go downstairs.
That's why I moved
Yes.
into the box.
Okay.
Corvinius will tell Cor to close the door on his way in. So everyone's gonna go in, and then Cor's gonna close the door behind him.
Oh, that door. It is a little bit of a loud
I mean,
thud.
the front door and the trap door.
That the trapdoor does give a loud thud, and they both kind of turn around and look at you. That's when we'll roll initiative.
Oh.
Rude.
I'm
All
mad
they
at
did
that.
was sneak in their downstairs.
How dare they hear
weapon
that?
shop.
It's a good thing I'm first in line.
Okay. Oh, also, that's actually another thing.
From my end,
Do
they
I
like
get
this
advanced
year.
weapons training from the fighter stuff? Because there wasn't a whole
That
lot that
number,
applied without
holy
being
cow.
fighter class. But there was one that was trained in
Look at me having a real number
put
again.
the +2 to my initiative.
Oh, the advanced weapon training? It depends on if you, does he get it at like the increments that a fighter would get?
Yes.
I think I was gonna say no.
But you could spend the feats because you do have a version.
We'll talk about that, but
Okay.
base I was going with no.
Which, because that made sense. So I didn't include it in any of my numbers yet. I just made a notation on it to make
Let's
sure.
just
Because I
do
know you
that.
said that I got the weapon training at the fighter progression, but I wasn't sure if that just applied to the attack bonus.
Attack and damage.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a fighter and I don't even have weapon training as a fighter.
What'd you do to fuck that up?
Got rid of it.
Oh,
for
you're a tug of
spellcasting.
war. Yeah.
So we got spellcasting. So I qualified to be in this campaign of only spellcasters.
That is important.
Wait, we're supposed to build spellcasters?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Mitch, I know I told you about this, sir.
Third? Excuse me, sir?
Did you build a only barbarian?
Unchained Rogue.
Unchained Rogue. You can use wands if you
Nope.
get UMD. Oh.
Honestly, I told you not to build that, you jerk. Can you guys ever listen to me?
Yeah, the Unchained
No,
Rogue.
he built
with
the
magic
Eldritch
super hard
Scion
to
and
talk
got
to.
really sad.
It's a pretty
and then
standard
decided to do it
Unchained
instead.
Rogue build, right?
I mean, a Scimitar still has a really good crit range.
But how many of theirs, like, talk to them?
1%.
I mean, that's fair.
Fair.
So because I sadly realized I had not actually built the downstairs, because it's like, who knows if that'll be useful.
We got a code here.
Blup.
It's stuff.
Whoa!
So I'll move those guys because they're not here.
No, it's these two guys. So you're on a box.
Luna, you gonna play D&D for me?
Your action is to push something off of something.
I push the bad guy off the table, he dies.
Perfect. That
Because
Is what
Uh-oh,
you do.
keep our kitty away from the fiery pup.
Alright, so Cass, what's your initiative?
I rolled a 4 for an 11.
Oh, it's because
Hey, yo, Gusher.
it's my
you
boy, By
wrote
Gusher.
Big. You wrote enter. And not knowing who Big Usher was, she just said, "Hi, Gusher."
Okay, because that was my nickname when I was younger and I got very confused.
Fair enough. I mean, hey, she might know. You don't know.
I mean, he could be by Gusher. We don't know.
Yeah,
There could be two of him.
I'm equally
I could be a
aroused.
bisexual.
Aroused
That is
by
also true.
your gender.
Gillier? Is that how you say it?
Galeer.
Gillier. What's
No.
your initiative?
I got 25. We really ought to make all of our
26.
accounts like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Mods.
Moderators
Broadcasters?
on this account.
Oh, yeah.
One of these days we'll get around to
Just so that people
Meldrick.
know that when we're talking in the chat,
Yeah, that one.
chat, it's us.
I get a 16 for me and a 14 for the core. I mean, that works. Either one is okay.
Oh, that's right. Corson has on initiative track now.
He's an intelligent being. I haven't until this time. He's on the same initiative tracker until right now. What do you think you're gonna do?
Walk away.
Goodbye.
Rude.
Thanks for fucking up my tablet.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
No, I wouldn't call that top.
No,
That's
she went down to
pretty
eat something I dropped.
That seems fine then.
Top 10 is when you bring your pet into your room to hang out with you,
And
and
then
then
it
they walk
leaves.
out.
So they are wearing their armor, but they do not currently have weapons on them.
Oh, I'm somewhere in here. Where do you want to say I am? I flew down here like a while before they showed up.
Oh, so you're already down here. Well, then you
Yeah.
could be down here. If you're along a wall, you're hiding in something if you choose.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to draw this room, so it's very simple with no doodads in it. Nils, you can go first with your 26, sir. Over your 25.
I guess you're a spellcaster, not a boom boom boy now.
Have fun being a magus.
Yeah, Magus is terrible. Why would you even choose that class?
Acid splash.
Sorry, a half-gis.
Someone's about to cast gun. We're underground, the door's closed.
That's the one.
That's not going to stop anything. I mean, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to tell you not to.
It's gonna stop people from hearing. It's a big, thick door.
You're really smart. Don't do this.
I don't know. I think Nils, from an engineering standpoint or some kind of specialized intelligence check, should be able to have a chance to look at the door and go based off what I know
Based
from
on the fact that
soundproof firing
it's
ranges.
it's not even a modern house, and modern houses can still hear a gun dropping down the block.
Just let him roll an engineering check
Well,
to see if he
here's
realizes.
what I'm saying. Modern houses are mostly hollow.
Yeah.
This is a stone-ass building with a thick wooden door. It's Cyclops
Stone door.
properties.
That's
even
I'm
better.
still saying if you were in a castle and I shot a gun from half a mile away, I'd still hear something.
But there's
Oh,
no
the
other
next
space
room.
besides the door, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
so
I think it'll be fine.
like, this is what Nils thinks. The only reason Nils isn't going to actually shoot his guns right now is because we would all get one hell of a case of tinnitus.
Yeah, I'd be real
mop,
fucking
mop,
loud.
mop, mop.
That is really what it comes down to. It's the only reason he would not do that. But yeah,
Gun is a solid spell.
it really is.
I wish I could take it.
Oh, I like roach
Actually, you know
colored
what? I
way
could have
better.
taken it in this campaign. It'd be really easy.
Taking what?
Although, you can't be the classic wizard cast fist.
Wizard cast fist.
I left the very last bit of a margarita in the kitchen.
Well, I
Oh,
guess.
if you make more, I want some.
I mean, there was more. You just put it in the freezer.
No, Brock tried it all.
Oh,
You did.
I saw you put it in there earlier.
So what are you?
Austin? Is Maldrek still like trying to be a hidey boy?
You don't know where Maldrick is.
Yeah, you don't see Maldrick. Ignore his token, whatever you're gonna do.
Okay, because I was thinking about making a perception check, but otherwise
You don't find him.
I'm just gonna fireball.
What do you add to perception?
Right now I think I add.
He has a 16.
Yeah.
If I don't roll, he has to roll a 5.
Yeah. So. Anyway, yeah.
My defense. This big.
Yeah. In that, no, it makes perfect sense.
right.
So yeah, fireballing these bad boys.
Alrighty. Where is
I
your
don't have
DC,
mixers.
sir?
I'll make more
Where's your
margaritas.
spell
I have
DC?
this much sweet and sour.
We have to
It's
go
not
to
a
the
whole lot.
store after we're done.
We're so fucking out of everything.
Where's your
Batman.
spell DC, sir?
It's disgraceful.
Right now,
Should really work on that.
Is it just spell level plus 10 plus casting stat?
Yeah, which of us works on the drinking
what's
to
your
everything
intelligence
more than
modifier?
the other?
Right now, intelligence modifier is 5.
So
I'm pretty sure it's the even split right now. I haven't been drunk in like 3 weeks.
How much is that right now? Am I rolling? I have to
10d6.
And are you trying to
Those
say
spells
something?
are
I haven't been
8d6
drunk
per
in
cast
like
Am I drinking
level.
more?
Or
Or
the
is
damage
it-
spells.
You're
4
drinking more.
days. Maybe in 4 days.
Oh, that's some decent
I
damage.
also
drink
drink
a
last
little
like
bit less
3
Friday.
shipments of alcohol. You dick.
Well, one of them
16,
will get a nice save. The other one
19.
I
definitely won't.
usually refill everything. Which is why I feel entitled to drink everything.
29, 33, 34.
34. So you did not make
Also, it's really sad
Actually,
when they took
thanks
the
to Fiery
rifle.
Pup, I got wasted
took what?
on Saturday.
Nice.
She kept dying.
I don't know if
Had
it's Joel
2
actually.
shots in the drinking game.
Oh, is she streaming or something?
Yeah.
Ouch.
It was terrible. I mean, it was great. I was having a blast. But
What
One
game
of
were
these
you
days,
playing?
one of
Since
these
you kinda
days,
just
we'll
spawned the stairs?
play Booze Cube live.
I'm so down.
Oh dear.
I'm not playing black.
Where Mitch has to play mono black.
No!
His
Oh,
first
no.
draft has Necropotent.
No, I don't want to die.
to.
Because you know that if I see Necropotent, I'm taking it. I just don't
And if
like
you
it.
draw it, guess what? You're gonna fucking use it.
Well, you
Yeah,
told me
so-
for your save.
That's gonna be our.
For what?
Oh, his fireball.
Fireball.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna
18.
be. I say if we can do that, we'll do that as our 50th subscriber.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have, oh, you need to make that deck
affiliate.
if that's the case.
Yeah, when we
we,
get
need,
to the-
we need to get those cards in.
Yeah.
27.
So you
have-
take 17
Okay.
before resistance, which I think is 10.
Yeah.
So who's after Nils?
Clear.
Me.
Oh, they got
Well,
fireball.
Batman, if you were down to go with me to Total Wine or Bad Moon,
I'm going to go in.
tired
and
from
going
work and
to
stuff.
Cast slow on them.
As a will save?
I believe so.
Hold person's a will save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
DC is 19.
Hold
So
person
check
works
if it's
really
fort
well
save,
on
I'm going to be a
trolls.
lot happier.
See, this is what I hate about looking up recipes online. You get like
It is
2
a will
pages
save.
of somebody telling their personal story about them in this
Yeah.
recipe.
I don't get that crap.
Don't worry.
So you say DC
19.
19.
Brandon, I'm confused. She said last week and she still has cider.
Wait, why would she still have cider from a week ago?
I'm pretty sure she just has cider always.
But she always said from last week.
So one of these cyclops.
It was Saturday. So
Okay.
it's kind of like last week.
That's still 5 days to have cider in the household.
So
Some
one of these
people have
guys,
this
the
weird
one
thing called
who's
self-control. I don't understand it, but some people do.
I was
It's
about
a
to
nice thing to
ask,
have.
what is that?
I
Because
still
I
have,
made an entire blender of margaritas, now I don't have a blender of margaritas. So.
Aw, I should have shared.
No. I would have gotten the glass
that
of
makes a
margarita.
difference.
Now round 2, I'm more than willing to give to everybody except for me.
So the cyclops closer to me is
Stealing
is
magnets.
real good at making saves on spells. The cyclops further from me is not so good at making saves. So one guy has made both that saves. The other guy has made none of them.
So he's make the saves?
No, the one
No, this
closer to
one's
me
not made
has
the
made the
saves.
saves.
This one seems fine. This one took a lot of damage.
Let's just say this guy
Now
got less
it's-
burned and is moving the normal speed. That guy has more burns and is suddenly moving slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then what I'm going to do.
I don't know, where are you going to do? Mr. Atlas? I mean, not Atlas.
I'm not Atlas. It's Clear. Get it right.
Sorry,
Atlas!
Sorry,
come back to
Atlas.
me.
Even if I am using the Atlas model.
And the same double archetype.
Atlas,
Yeah.
out.
Basically the same character. Except not.
No.
Ooh, do I want to get like right up close and personal? Yeah, we'll get up close and personal with a slow one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'll go in front of the non-slow one, that's fine.
Ah, it is their turn now.
No, I'm moving my 11 went before them. Damn it.
Wait, Aldrich has that as 16.
That's because they got higher than 16.
Fuck them! They're flat-footed cyclopses.
Long
mean, you
Island
can
Ice
try-
That
Tea.
doesn't mean they can't still roll
Guys, what's a
through.
Long Island Ice Team?
Well, I believe
So, I
what
think
they-
that's like hockey
I think that's what they call
Okay, that makes sense.
on like an island.
I mean, it's either that
I was gonna say it's like
Is it like a Hawaiian
So
hockey
it's a Long
team?
Island Ice
a
team.
union on the East Coast.
That could also be it.
Oh,
Island
So I think
Ice
it's a
Teamsters?
hockey on like an island. Like I guess.
No, Long Island is around Jersey area, so I think it's
Oh, is it?
whatever. Yeah, I think it's an East Coast sports team.
Okay.
That's
It's
the
an
other-
East Coast sports
That's what I'm
team.
saying. We really need to have us as moderators so people know when we're talking in chat that it's us.
Oh.
Not that it matters that much.
Literally everybody who's not broke or pup is us. Because we're a
Basically.
bunch of fucking assholes. There you go.
Mwahaha. I contributed to the
Oh,
conversation.
New Jersey.
Jersey.
You automatically pull up the most offensive New Jersey accent you possibly could.
New Jersey, okay?
I didn't do
You take our
Janice from
sports team
Friends.
very seriously.
I think he is.
Here in Jersey.
So, the one closer to me will turn around and he'll grab. Let's see, how good of a weapon does he grab? What kind of thing do you want? Okay. He grabs basically like what looks like a big old blade. What exactly blade he has, you're not entirely sure. But he's got some big old blade.
One hand or two hand?
It looks like it could be either.
I
Yeah,
don't
yes, it-
think Brooke liked our accents, Austin.
Alright guys, I have to run away. I have to run away to Blenderland.
Blenderland. The
Also,
guy
Rebecca-
who is
Oh hey, I also know Snare. Weird.
close and
Snare box?
personal.
Oh, I think I know it.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Is he?
Didn't we have this conversation before we started?
Maybe. So I just want to clarify, what is your CMD?
That is a very good question, sir.
Because I have a number. I want to make sure I have the right
Uh-oh.
number.
So there's a number on my sheet that says 23.
Okay, that's what I have. So,
This doesn't sound good.
the guy who is slowed just grabs you. You are grappled.
But why?
Because you slowed him, you came up next to him, and he doesn't have a weapon.
He has you.
Where does the
Drop your phone.
the other one grabs a weapon and then
The other
what?
one grabs a weapon from behind him,
Apparently my phone
and
is more
he will.
It's like, how's that make you feel?
Do I do that? Oh, no, what am I thinking? And he will cast a spell on himself. And anyone who even bothers to roll knows it's called Shield.
Sorry.
I know a shield then, I think.
That's rude.
Do you have spellcraft?
I did. For some reason, I keep putting spellcraft as one of my skills on all of my spellcasters. So
Weird.
yeah, alright.
So yeah,
He can't use shield. That's the spell I used. There's no more shield left for him.
that's not how that works
It is how it works right now.
at all. So yeah, so he grabs a weapon, a big old blade, and it casts shield on himself. Now it would be Maldrick
Oh shit, fuck. DC 20?
on.
Flame strike hits both.
Oh, okay.
Flame strikey boy.
So he is grabbed. Full,
Flame
but
strike.
They like the blender ambiance.
okay.
Got you. Flame strike.
I mean, it's not as bad as our refrigerator that was dying.
The
See,
compressor
DC
that
20.
never shut up.
Yeah, he said 20.
So,
21.
since the guy who grabbed you, of course, failed to save, give me a save with a bonus.
21.
Save with a bonus?
Yes, so give me a save, and I will give you
What
a
save?
reflex.
Oh, I'm okay at that one.
Well, actually.
So without a bonus, I got a 22.
So bonus mitigating the penalty, you got a 22, which beat his 21. Because you had cover, but you also can't move because you're grappled as well. So you get a penalty to dex. So you get a 22.
Hooray.
And of course the guy who keeps making saves will keep making saves.
Perfect.
I would expect nothing less.
Oh wow.
That's a 42.
It's pretty interesting.
Half fire, half holy.
Ooh, one guy's getting burned, the other guy's...
So, what has happened in this moment so far? Because I'm
Oh, no.
making margaritas.
He's
fireball?
slowed, fireballed, and flame strikes, and he saved everything.
And is currently grappling me.
Yes.
No, he didn't make my flame strike. He's not that good.
I think a 26 made you safe.
Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, it's the rest of my turn. He's gonna die.
Well, it's now Core's turn, yes.
I mean, Core's right after.
Oh, and he cast shielded on himself. Also is what happened that
Don't
turn.
kill everything. I want to do something.
But it's Core's turn, right?
Yes, it is Core after Maldrick.
It's gotta roll that better initiative.
Yeah.
Roll a 4 on the die.
The 26 hits.
He's coming.
You know,
Yes,
he has
I did
shield
put
though
points in
himself.
that.
Holy shit, fuck, a 26 for a person who was just got a... He had a 22 before the shield?
He is in full plate, but yes. And Cyclops just a natural armor. But no dex, go figure.
Yes, okay.
Don't worry about
Oh, no, 28, suck my ass. Charge.
Miss.
Holy fuck, eat a dick. Now eat a dick. I have to roll higher than a 16 to hit this guy. Meh. I have a 20% chance to hit this guy, and a 15% chance of my bite. Core's out of the fight. I'm done.
it. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
Do you have a higher attack bonus than him?
Uh,
I hope so.
I had
What is your attack bonus?
17, and I can make that higher.
If I don't do Piranha Strike, it's 19. So I'll charge action, swift action to give myself
Oh,
Arcane Strike, and I'm gonna hit him with let's do a no Piranha Strike.
It does hit you when you charge in.
34. I cast shield on myself.
He did get a 34.
Oh.
Who's John Krasinski? Why does he look like Brock?
John Krasinski,
Excuse me,
he's
what?
Jim in The Office.
Oh. Oh, I can see that.
You do not have that weapon. You
That
have-
seems reasonable.
Okay, Ryan, you take 14. It was a bonus.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Gotta roll higher than 10 or something. This is stupid.
These
Did
cyclops
you
are
roll low?
stupid.
I got a 27.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, we just got this.
Um,
Well, here's to you, Brooke.
Cheesy biscuits.
I can't.
oh, wasn't
Transfer
Brooke
one
saying she
through
has
the
the
internet.
cider?
No, it was Fiery
Puck has
Puff.
cider.
Oh, I'm only half paying attention.
Brooke can't buy cider.
Oh, books we can't buy. No, it's your turn.
Brooke's a baby?
So one guy's slow grappling someone. Someone is
Apparently a
shielded
poor
and
college
engaged
baby.
in melee with them.
It's like the worst of all of those worlds.
Fact.
Come on over, get one.
I mean, alcohol's here.
She's on the
Almost
opposite
20.
coast.
I mean, I guess we've had people younger than that over drinking.
I mean, at least she's not like 12. So I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
No,
What
we
does
know
Nils
Brooks
do?
in Jersey. I was talking to Fiery Puff, who I don't know where they are. So they could be like next door, or they could be in Jamaica. I don't know.
Could be
You don't
anywhere.
know where you put
We're in
you typically put
California,
it,
so-
usually don't bother with it.
You're close enough.
Yeah, I've got another fireball.
But again, even if you're in California, you're still
Well,
probably
I
not
have
close
You
a
enough.
have a hard time.
Yeah, California's a
not
pretty
meeting
big
people
state.
a
now.
lot more people.
Notice that. I looked how long
Honestly,
it takes to
at
go
this
from one
point,
side of
I've
Ireland to
looked
the other.
into much as far as spells.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you can still have burning arc.
And that's east to west, but
True.
I'm like, that's how long
Yeah,
it takes
right.
to
Close
go
to
from
that?
like,
No, burning arc
you know,
has a range.
Placerville-ish to
Perfect.
San Francisco.
I'm gonna go ahead and burning earth my boy here.
Right, so,
Well,
so burning arc will bounce and do half damage to the next one.
actually, I'm gonna start then full damage here and half damage on
The guy who's failed all of his saves.
Yeah, like let's try and at least take one guy out of the
So we
equation.
can assume that Pup's not in Jamaica. Because she wants to be there.
Is she nearby
Is,
Jamaica?
well, 13 doesn't pass, so you get to roll your 10d6. And the other guy will get a 24 and pass your save, because one guy will make all the saves, the other guy will
Well,
fail every save.
Either she's saying she's nearby Jamaica, or she's near
15.
here.
Well, she did say she's the rogue hiding in our house, so.
That's true.
27.
Really, you guys need to work on your security system. This is a
26?
fiery pup we're talking about. It
Have
shouldn't have been
you-
that hard to
Irrelevant.
make sure she didn't get
Four
nabbed.
ones.
Have you met our cats? They're kind of pathetic. It's the best security system we have. Is our
Alright, well,
cats.
one guy's looking terrible and very burnt. That guy's looking hurt and much less burnt. Galil, it will be your turn, sir. You are grappled.
Who's supposed to be sharing their butt? I'm confused.
No, snare.
Your turn, sir. You are still grappled.
Way to ruin it.
Wait, what are we sharing and or snaring?
We're snaring somebody's butt.
Some juicy butt.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
I mean, that's not how you're
I'm
supposed to
still
make that.
grappled, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to try and escape.
Okay.
That is a 32.
You escape.
Yay!
That is your standard action. Also, because he's slow, he can't
Oh, that's right.
threaten.
What are the cats being effective for?
As your guys' home security system.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, they run away.
Neville
Yeah.
for sure runs away. Luna will
So hang on top of the stairs.
investigate.
Yeah,
She'll watch
standard
it.
action, I wanted to not be grappled by a cyclops, and I did that. And then as a movement action, I decided to move away from the cyclops to grab me.
That makes sense. Cyclops. Well, with reach, he is in reach of her.
Oh, so apparently Fire Pup's been drinking all the alcohol. And I'm
Oh.
not an alcoholic.
Oh, it's that's good to know.
It's all her fault.
Yeah, she does that.
So is that. Oops.
But also, we almost went through an entire bottle of tequila tonight.
What is that hand wave emoji?
Who's we?
I went through this much. You guys can Thank you. I think they're pretty cute.
Brad, I'm curious, what armor do you wear?
I have Tatsudomi.
Just in case people
You have
didn't
what?
know that
He has an
we were
Eastern
covering
armor.
Is that metal?
Oh, Tatami Do.
Oh, yes, armor. What the
Assume
fuck is that?
it's an Eastern armor. Assume yes, it's made out of metal.
Okay.
It's heavy armor, so I assume it's metal.
Oh, then yeah. Okay. It's like I don't know what that is, sir.
It's an Eastern armor with different max dex to armor
No,
bonus
no, no,
ratio.
pup. You are not, in fact, the worst.
No. Mildly inconvenient.
So he
I have the capacity to drive 5 minutes to the grocery store.
casting a
and buy more
spell.
alcohol.
shocking grasps you because he still does not have a weapon.
So we hit my 34.
It's a touch attack, sir,
Oh, darn.
Ooh,
with a +3
No,
because you're
it's
the
a competition.
You are now also,
You take,
you are also
13.
not the worst.
electric damage.
Yeah, I hold that
electric
title,
damage
thank you very much.
bypasses
Hey,
DR1
I resent
dash.
that.
Yes.
That's my title.
I
Electric damage
represent
doesn't
that.
care
It's
about
my
DR.
title.
Care resistances instead.
Gah.
And the guy who can
Neither of
actually
you make
do
enough puns.
things.
No, but I
Not
do
here, I
ruin more
don't.
things than you. You may make more puns, sir,
I make plenty of puns.
but I ruin things.
You make more than me.
Yes, you
Don't get me wrong.
See,
But I make plenty
see,
of puns.
Brock's the DM right now, and he just declared that I ruin things. So
Yes, he
this
does.
is true.
So
I'm
I'm
getting
bad
there.
guy.
I'm getting to the point where I can start ruining things.
Also has a much longer history of ruining things. You got some catching up to do. And no,
Yeah.
that's not a challenge. That's
don't
what
worry,
it
I'm
is, what I
gonna
just
go to
said.
an escape room
It's a-
soon. I'm gonna see if I can ruin an escape room.
I actually just really want to go to an escape room.
Sorry, it's double date. You can't go.
I mean, I wasn't going to ask because it sounded like
Am
you
I
already
your
had
date?
plans.
No,
Oh.
How about you go ahead and make it a 6-person day? Come on, bro.
but also we can make our own because I feel like there has to be at least one fantasy or D&D themed escape room somewhere. in the
Oh, I
city.
wouldn't be surprised.
You're supposed to go as your D&D party
No.
and role play your characters
No.
getting out of the escape room.
This sounds obnoxious. Also,
not breaking
doesn't
doors
matter
down.
which game we are. Well, one of us is a DM, so what does that guy do? You have this happen to you. What's happening? I don't freaking know. I don't have a character. I mean, how does that work?
You will play your character for a different game. At least one of the characters from every single game we play would kick down the next door.
That's probably true. Or at least try to.
I mean, we got Wednesdays covered between Core and I don't remember your character's name from Spencer's game.
Oh,
That's true, yeah.
Because names in Warhammer are weird.
Alright,
Start with a
make
K.
some rolls.
Yeah.
Between K and K, the K's are going to K-ick the door down.
Why are you yelling at me?
I mean, if you're that close, you can come with us to do it, escape room.
Well, I'm glad he used all of his rolls to make every save, and then with spell combat misses all 4 of his. 4 attacks. Right? Oh, what was that? Misses all 3 of his attacks. One of the spell combats was a shocking thing. Okay, so he misses them all. All right, that's cool. Back up to Maldrick, then Core.
So
Sorry, I'm blocking out that I cast this one. Fire snake.
Fair enough. DC
22.
Well, I think if you make your save, you're probably dead. But the guy who gets a 22 and the other guy gets a 15. I'm glad at least they're consistent.
20,
So your boat's dead.
30, 37.
And you are bye-bye. Oh, I guess they did supposed to, I keep forgetting to try to shout to upstairs about those intruders. But, yeah.
He has made every single save that has happened this entire combat.
And the other guy has failed every single save this entire combat.
Eldritch turn.
Court or Corey?
Oh, actually, I might possibly maybe hit.
Hooray!
Did a 30 hit?
Yes.
Oh, cool. He takes 13 points of damage. Oh, sorry, 14.
Nice.
The end. Yeah, Core's gonna leave soon.
Cass.
I can't use Core.
Okay, so I will use my swift action to activate Arcane Strike. Can I say I'll always use my swift action to activate Arcane Strike unless I have a swift action to use?
Sure.
Okay. So, first attack of 4, to miss. Second attack of 4 is a 28 to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Third attack of 4. Okay, so a 33 will hit. And a 27. So I can't Piranha Strike these people.
You had 16 to your third attack?
16, 11, 16, 11.
Oh, you do it that way. I don't like that.
I was looking at that thing, the same thing, yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Austin did.
I'd hit more creatures, so I did it the other way.
16, 16, 11, 11.
I want to do primary and then secondary, but
What?
Because
He
he
does
does 2 weapon
So
fighting.
he was primary, secondary, primary, secondary.
21.
No, he was primary, secondary.
Oh, that one.
I just rolled it that way.
Yeah.
So instead of going 16, 16, 11, 11, he goes 16, 11, 16, 11.
I would roll them like just the 2 16s and the 2 11s, but because I have an offhand weapon with the Piranha Strike, the damage is different.
Piranha Strike goes down for offhand.
Just like it would for power attack.
Do you have
use
double slice?
15%. Yeah.
Then no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Double slice removes the half.
It removes
for
the
offhand.
half for.
I had double slice. Why did I take it away?
I
Oh, because
thought
I
you
needed
had
weapon finesse and then Piranha Strike. That's why I took it away.
Oh. What was your damage for the attack?
21.
Hooray!
Senior Nils?
Let's do Burning Arc again. Why not?
Oh,
Oh, it was supposed to be 22. My apologies. My damage just went off.
right.
That's real bad damage. That's real sad damage. And
You're supposed to make it happy damage.
I know. I wish. It's not much better.
I think that might be enough anyways.
18, 21.
Wait, 21 on 10d6? Oh.
I'm real sad about that one.
I'm real sad this guy's still alive.
I thought that was gonna kill him.
Even after taking half damage from everything, he's still taking like damn near 100 points of damage.
Yes, he has.
And this is an
He's taken
average
over-
fucking Cyclops.
This is not an average Cyclops.
He's a random guard at a nonchalant weapon shop.
He's not an average Cyclops.
He's slightly more trained.
Austin, is that the spelling?
He's average for
What?
the era.
Yeah. It is a spell.
Hooray! Let's spell it.
Galir.
Well, I mean, it's the spelling for his character. I don't know what specifically you were asking for, but we weren't correcting you from earlier. We were just saying KOR is his character.
Yeah.
Or
Galir, it
a
is
part of
your
his character. Okay. There's one left.
He's looking terrible.
I flick him.
No, I don't want to go after Persephone. She's in a scary place.
Huh. That's not true.
Dies slowly and horribly as this guy takes 1 billion points of damage for being just some random guy who picks up boxes in an armory. Well, just one armory inside of a giant city. I hate to see if the actual city guard were called, we'd probably all just fucking die.
So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can get there.
Once I spent some of my arcade pool, I could be pretty reliably adding 19 to my main attack rolls.
Yeah.
And you
go
might,
ahead
on
and,
average, hit the guard of a blacksmith shop.
You
Congrats.
missed.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Burning Touch.
Don't worry, despite the fact they're 12 feet tall, they still make every reflex save. Half the time.
No, we'll go ahead and spend an arcane point to give
Yeah.
my sword +2 and keen. Seems like a good number.
Surprisingly though, the other cyclops didn't take an automatic 20 to save from one of those spells.
So
I
let's
won't
see,
lie, I
that
totally forgot
is
about that. For some
Hey,
reason.
We're fighting entire species that can pick a fucking 20.
So is a 36 hit?
And apparently I totally forgot.
Does a 36 hit?
Yes, he's dead.
This is what happens when you own a stranger in the house.
Oh, also these are ancient cyclopses, so it might not be just once a day.
Unfortunately, I didn't crit. But that's still.
Well, you got through his 400 points, so it's okay.
Because from when I learned in Skull and Jackals,
It's like
they used to do this all the
4d6
time forever.
Plus a lot.
They have a.
Not to choose a d20, but like just if you're like, hey, I want to see the future. Huh. Now let's have a philosophical conversation about what I saw.
So they do have
You tried
a
to slap me.
basically passive sort of thing that in combat basically just gives them a buff to AC and attack rolls. But they are weaker than modern day Cyclops are.
They have a lower strength score.
So I mean it does end up being a buff, and so the CR is a little higher. But yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
the-
do we see powder cakes?
yes.
You take all of them and leave.
Okay.
I will detect magic. Are there any medium-sized, interesting-looking weapons?
There'd be a few, yeah. There would be some.
These
You
guys are
also
gone as soon as possible.
do hear rustling up top. After a moment, it looks like they are about to lift up the hatch, the two above.
Oh,
Have fun dying.
I'll stand in front then if they're lifting up the hatch. That's our only way out's the hatch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nils is gonna go ahead and load his backpack.
Okay.
Core fills his backpack,
I
so
will
does
fill my
Maldrick.
backpack.
Yeah, we have our backpacks full and we're.
Oh, actually, you could also grab Cass's.
Yeah.
I have my backpack.
Well, he's gonna grab it and fill it for you, because you're standing at the.
You get ready. He's gonna fill your backpack while you're waiting.
Oh, so I'm up there while they're filling backpacks.
Yes.
Because the sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
So-
up on the stairs.
And I'm ready
Maldrick
in
fills
action
two.
to
I imagine
strike.
it's 2 kegs for a small, 3 kegs for a medium,
Yeah.
and then Maldrick turns back into a thrush.
So these guys do not have any armor, but they do at least have typical battle axes that Cyclops normally have.
Okay, well, they're about to get wackadoo when they open that door.
So basically, yeah, open the hatch, and yeah, you could just take a wackadoo or one of them.
Piranha strike.
You're rolling new initiative.
18 on the die.
I will, yeah. But I'll give him this surprise attack.
So that's
He's
19 damage.
What was your attack roll? I mean, you probably hit, but what was it?
Oh, I got 18 on the die, so that was a 34.
Oh, okay, yeah. What would your AC be without your armor? It would be
That's better.
What was your damage?
I said 19.
19. Pick left. Let's say it was the last one.
I mean, I guess if it's almost 1, that seems fair. Have a good night.
Yeah, would be almost.
Thanks for showing up
Jersey
and
is
spending some
East
time.
Coast.
We very much appreciate it.
We'll see you next
Yeah,
time for
thanks for
cheesy
showing.
biscuits.
Don't forget to tune in. It's Cheesy Biscuits.
Is Cheesy Biscuits Monday or Wednesday?
Well, Spencer's not going to be here Monday,
Working on the
so we're
post.
going to do it Wednesday.
Spencer's not gonna be here Monday.
I guess
so
that's
we're
why
doing
not dose.
So we're gonna do it Wednesday. Wednesday, next Wednesday, Cheesy Biscuits. Brooke, Cheesy Biscuits next Wednesday.
So let's get Miss Cass's new initiative.
I do not like Cass, first off. Next person that says Cass, I'll be Cassandra. Secondly, 24.
Hurry up, Cass.
Cassandra.
Hurry
up,
Cass. Cassandra.
Gilead.
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Ass.
That's not even
Gilead.
close now.
Huh? I got a 16.
That was close. That was your
Nails.
nickname minus one letter.
Nils.
What-
Nils?
what do you get?
Initiative.
New initiative.
Oh, yay. Right.
10 on the die.
That's a 17.
Oh man.
That's
Again?
an 18, actually.
20
Oh, okay.
from me and 6 from.
2 higher is better.
4.
20 plus what?
20 from me and 6 from Core.
Oh,
I changed the d20 to fuck up my scores work so I can keep track of 2 at the same time.
sorry. I was like, go to 20. You have a
Nope.
way higher initiative than that.
I have a
Cassandra.
2 higher
Okay.
initiative than Nils.
So, I will do 4 attacks against. Well, I'll do attacks against the one that I hit first until it dies, and the next
So that'll
one.
be my left.
So one attack is a 27 against the flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
Then that is a 25 against the flat-footed. Then that's a 18.
They're not wearing armor.
Okay. Then that's a 25. So, 21.
Okay.
Then we have a 19.
Okay.
Then we have 24.
Okay, that guy's dead.
Then the last attack was against the last one, so that's 18. These are the last ones done. Here's your agree on.
That didn't work. Meldrick.
You leave.
Fair enough. Nils.
If I can get past, I'm also going to leave.
My left. No, he's a bird.
That makes sense.
He's bird.
How did Core get out?
Or he's still here. Maldrick left.
Perfect. Alright. Burning Arc.
Okay. It's almost as if that's the only second level spell you prepared.
Pretty much.
Does Burning Arc go on your gun for spell combat?
Probably good.
Does it require an attack roll?
No.
Say no.
Then cool.
Yeah, it's not a spell.
He uses his cantrips a lot for that anyway, so I think that's okay.
Pretty much.
I mean, we have cool ones, we might as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, we put the wrong person up here for me. Oops.
I guess that's fair.
Wow.
Wow. Good job when you put yourself up there, you put the wrong person.
33.
Oh, by the way, I think I'm off next. I should be off next Wednesday, so if I am, I'll help you bake cheesy biscuits.
We can do that.
Wish I was off next Wednesday.
Well, then get next Wednesday off.
No. That's not how it works.
You just go and say, hey, I'm gonna not be here.
Good leader.
No,
That's how it works.
it's not how it works.
I
I
mean,
did that last Saturday.
I'll most
You have
likely
sick
do
days,
that
right?
Monday.
I mean, I certainly had sick days.
oh. Okay,
Did you
so
get
that-
sick or something?
Only a couple of times. So let's see, I guess I'll just move up. I can get within striking distance, yeah?
Mhm.
Cool, I'll move up into striking distance.
Oh no, you're gonna provoke, sir.
Oh no! Provoking?
Where you at again?
How dare I?
Oh, actually, does a 31 hit you? I'm sorry. He rolls a natural 20. He hits you. He doesn't roll a natural 20, but he hits you. Because I need to remember that Cyclops have these things that I totally forgot about with the first two.
So he rolled that 20 and then confirm?
No, because it's not a nat 20 when he uses that.
Oh.
But he does automatically hit.
You can roll it for a confirmation.
Yes. 12. You will take
Does-
18.
18? That's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, the map is a screen. It's a TV built into the table.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So
is
I guess TVs are backlit.
a 28 to hit?
To hit? Yes.
The cantrips at 10th cast level are 3d6s?
And 9th, so yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, typing is actually more effective because it'll be instant instead of like a 7 or 10 delay.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's 16 points of fire damage and 15 points of slashing damage for a total of 31 points of damage.
He is dead.
Alright, then we bounce.
Core runs away.
Oh boy.
Run, 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 run.
Yay! So, you guys gather, you got all your explosives
We got the
and such,
explosives, and we're all alive.
and you know where the entrance into the Underdark, the Darklands, is.
It's
So
not the
then we
Underdark,
go there.
right?
I
That's
use
not-
13
The Darklands, get right.
castings of the Darklands.
Or Wizards are gonna get really mad at you.
Yeah.
Underdark.
I use 13 castings of Stone Shape to make a hole, and then we rig all the explosives and we wait.
I mean, yes, just not this moment.
We need a safe
That's
house.
because you're ending the session, but still.
Not quite yet, but,
Before we do any of that stuff, though.
I mean, not so.
On
You guys,
roll right now.
unless you guys, I mean, depends if you guys wait or you guys can go down now if you wanted to.
Oh, I wanted
Wait
to.
for what?
I don't
Let's go
know.
down now.
I wanted to roll some heals with the wands because I know 2 of us got hit for a little bit.
How many did you get hit for?
26. I mean, it's not awful, but while we're moving, once
I
we're
figured
running, I'm just.
we sleep until tomorrow so I can actually prepare 13 stone shapes, and while we're sleeping, I use
Oh.
a bunch of cure spells to fix you all.
Okay,
That's
that
seems
sounds
fair.
fair.
Perfect.
Because I have to wait till tomorrow to like master
You
that
didn't
stone
just,
shape.
you didn't just randomly have 13 stone
No,
shapes?
because when I asked Soligan what we were going to do, he didn't tell me anything, so I didn't prepare anything.
You didn't know exactly what you were going
Wow,
to
he's
do.
a jerkhead.
Well, he can see the fucking future, past, and present, so you should know what I'm going to do.
Yes and no.
He could
It's
have.
not entirely how that works.
Instantly time traveled, asked the guy what we're doing, and come back and told us.
He doesn't just instantly time travel.
No, but he could have taken the. He has as much time as he wants. He's got time travel. He can take as much time as he needs to go back, ask, hey,
Fact.
so if I send X number of small people towards you to do this goal, what are you going to suggest for them? Okay, great. And then time travel back and tell us, like, hey, this is what he's going to suggest. Prepare for it.
Fact.
In fact, why would we even talk to him at that point? Why even bother finding him? It's like, this is what he would suggest. Just go ahead and do that. And then we'll just go do that. We'll bring explosives from our time, which have been a lot
And
easier
this is
to
why
acquire.
I was
Yeah.
real cautious about doing this in the first place.
Time travel. We can bring anything you want with us.
Anyways, so you guys sleep.
So
Austin
because that
prepares all of
didn't
his
happen,
spells.
let's see what actually happens.
Correct. I'm gonna get that so much this campaign.
Yes.
This is why time travel is risky.
And this is why you guys don't have direct control over that. Yet. Because and that probably might be where the campaign ends to an extent because.
Hey, so you killed Sulligan, you got the artifact. That's when the game was supposed to end, but I don't trust you guys, so.
Basically. At that
So
point, that
let's
turns you
fucking
to the
not.
ultimate sandbox of the game of, as long as you're not dumbasses, sure. Even then, whatever.
I hope you're ready for freely time traveling
Will we have waited to kill Robert
adventures
before
to plan
that?
for.
No, as soon as we get free reign, we kill Robert.
What?
Oh, I love it. Like the next day,
Why would we kill Robert?
Robert's an immortal being that is in our way.
No, so he came.
No, he's not.
Maldrick the next day the next day Austin has Maldrick ask Omoka,
Can I kill Robert?
"Can I kill someone?" He's like, "Sure." Oh, he said he has a request. Like he'll hear you out. He's like, "I want to kill Robert." He's like,
No.
"Hold on."
He flat out told me no, not until he's actually in the way.
Basically,
Like, that's
yeah.
dumb. He knows everything about this organization.
Are you typing, Spencer?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as being said that are relevant.
We were talking about a time traveling dude, and she wanted to know who this time traveling dude was.
Sulligan Omoka.
Who has access to time travel capabilities, and that is what is happening in this campaign.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So, next day after sleep and spell preparations have gone underway, you guys can venture down into Regular, because you are told where the opening is. It's somewhat guarded, mostly to make sure things don't come out, but for the most part, they don't necessarily care who goes in. If anything, they might laugh at you or be like, "Be careful down there, little ones. Don't get yourselves killed.
You
sure
don't
guys
get
should go down there."
yourself killed.
See you in a little while, big guy.
That's so funny.
Says a bird.
That bird just talked. No, it didn't. You're crazy. That was the dude.
No, I totally
bird
just talked, you idiot.
Wait, that bird just talked. What the hell?
Welcome to the Darklands, bitch.
See, that's why we stayed up here. Yeah. But it was up here. Yeah. Should we tell someone? Nah, it's going back down. It's
I
okay.
suppose since it's fantasy,
Okay.
it would be the fantasy MI6. Anyway.
That's
Don't
not
worry
the
about
point.
That's the point.
I don't know. She was
Neither
talking
here
about
nor
that
there.
stuff. You guys were talking about you hate my campaign. I don't even know.
A fantasy would be really, really sticky.
I mean, is it even real life, or is it just fantasy?
I
They
mean,
are-
let's see a Phanto if you really could.
They are really
Mhm.
buff and covered in baby oil.
My kind of fantasy.
Back to this. You guys can venture downward, and you can definitely see some points in the tunnel that they're like smaller passages or so. Looks like it doesn't take too long to realize, like, yeah, I mean, these are smaller passages, be easier to probably collapse them or so as you're traveling down, because it is a decent way down. You do pass by some other cyclops going in and out, some injured, some not. The ones who aren't injured and clearly doing stuff, you know, kind of mock you in similar sort of way, look at your friend like, what are you doing down here? I don't know.
More than you're gonna.
Kick your ass, sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that these are trained warriors are going to the Darklands. We just almost got punked by a fucking pair of fucking guards.
A couple of smithies.
We
I mean,
almost get punked. I didn't feel so bad.
It felt like if they were stronger, it would have been bad news. Like, imagine the average citizens of our world, and imagine the escalation between them and anyone important. And that difference applied to that.
Yeah. Not a
So
big deal.
what we need to be worried
See,
about
our
is that
two
these-
guards are those guys.
So what we need to be worried about is that we're going to get proposed to by these Cyclops guards within about 5 minutes of talking to them.
Yes, and they're gonna try and fuck you.
oh,
So, Core goes back to the future.
so, you guys go down there.
Oh,
You do end up,
Cat's gone.
Oh, I clicked the mouse.
and you do end up
How
reaching the
dare
point where
No
it's
words.
basically a cyclops encampment, for lack of a better term, where you pretty much reach like this is where they are.
Sounds like the perfect term then.
When you are down there, I mean, it's more or less the same thing of what crap they doing here. Like it kind of looks like there's been small folk who have come down here before, and they're kind of like, I think they'll do better than the last ones. Nah, probably not. People like almost like placing bets and sees like clearly you guys are down here with a mission of some sort. Whether or not they actually care, yeah, probably not. Just taking some game or so out of it, it's entertainment. But you can definitely eventually tell where there are on the path to keep going, where there is fighting. You can like faintly hear like some fighting, kind of like echoing through a little bit. At least one person who is guard at the entrance, who actually is, I mean, I wouldn't say polite, but who's at least treating you like everyone else. Basically, kind of like gives you like a fair warning of this is territory towards the Serpent Folk Empire. Don't go down unless you're ready. Otherwise, I don't really care.
He's reached that level.
He's basically just giving that warning
He's
to
like,
people.
yeah, don't do the thing with the stuff. Okay, bye.
Well, now we're in like a MMORPG camp where you have a bunch of adventurers. You know, the one NPC who goes like, yeah, shit's over there. Kill like 10 serpent folks. Bring back their ears to me, and you'll complete the quest. Okay, bye.
Go with fangs.
Thanks.
You can say scales. They're like reptilian.
Or tails.
Or tails. That's fair.
Or
claws. Or no.
Or dicks.
How very like, well,
Whoa.
how very Israelite of you.
They're very good peepees. Happy to come off. we
So
go down
from
the
there,
dark, dark.
you can go down in
That's how you did your kill cast. You
Also,
picked the
if
worst
Pup said
No
stuff in
one
the
else
last
is
like
circumcised.
2 minutes, we didn't see it. Is Jack all messed up? Also, 10 of the cave flowers.
Perfect.
Wait, what was the first part of the quest?
I believe it was
There were
collecting snake dicks.
Oh, snake dicks.
And
Hoo-ha.
ears and tails and fangs and scales. And... I have to collect a lot of shit.
I'm just gonna bring the entire snakes back at this point.
Snake dick. Hoo-ha.
So, from here, this is where we'll wrap it up as you guys do go out. You realize this is where you can tell there's lots of blood stains. There's like some bones and things like that.
Exactly where we should be.
Boner City, bitch.
What?
Bone City.
That's what we're looking at. You can see remnants of things that were cyclops and things that were serpent folk as you go down in, and we will see how you handle this as you get closer to fighting noises, whether it be cyclops or serpent folk people, because well, obviously that's kind of where you're walking into. But yeah, we will continue that adventure next time, because this would be a good place to stop before going into that even more. Okay.
Oh wait, wrong campaign.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. But that is it for our starting of our time traveling adventure shenanigans.
Yay!
That will definitely be a slight bit of a headache for me, but I knew what I was walking into, so oh well.
We have seen the future.
No, you've seen the past.
Random fact for the day.
That's why I said
Okay.
The Rugrats are 27 years old.
I don't like you.
Oh, either.
I'm 27 years old.
I'm
Am I a
25.
rugrat?
Were you? Were
I'm
you
the
checking?
youngest human being at this table.
You are.
What a baby.
There you go.
Well, on that note, that would be it. Until next time.
See you later, Fire Pup.
Thank you for joining us, Bob.
Bye.
Bye.